Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Yeah, let's start with the bridge sounding like tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Listen, you're wondering, Marshall, why aren't you pissed off? Why aren't you angry? Listen, I said earlier today, before the stream even started, before we even had everything planned and everything was gonna happen today, before the match, before the lineup was even announced, I said, you know what? I just had a meeting with work. Your boy ended up getting a raise, which is always good news. Hard work pays off, people. Don't ever let anyone tell you differently. And if your hard work isn't paying off, go somewhere where your hard work does pay off. That's general advice, right? But hard work pays off. And I said, you know what? Nothing is going to ruin my day today. Didn't expect a raise. And here I am, just going to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Nothing. Win, lose, or draw. Chelsea is not going to ruin my day today. And they didn't. You know what? I genuinely don't care. Don't even care. But I did watch the match. We did all watch the match. The boys in the back. Scott is on a bit of a rampage right now, so I'm going to give him some time to gather his receipts and all the fun stuff that he wants to gather. But big up to every single one of you. Be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. If you just discovered Casually FC, hit that subscribe so you keep getting more Casually FC content. And last but not least, be sure to check out memberships, guys. We have 4 different tiers of memberships. If you are a member, you get some cool emojis to use. I would suggest people, if you are members, go ahead and spam those emojis just so people can see what kind of emojis you're missing out on. And by all means, use the one emoji of the one player who completely capitulated a brilliant chance for us today. Yeah, we're going to talk about him today as well, good and bad. But yeah, quick summary of the match, and then we'll let the panel in and we'll discuss this game in its entirety. Pretty much a strong lineup, the strong lineup. And I'll say this as well. The first time we got to see João Pedro, Cole Palmer, and Estevao all start in the same exact lineup. And listen, I'm not even going to play on this. I'm not even going to complain, because this is a Leeds that ever since they defeated us in the beginning of December under Maresca have been on a tear of good form where they've just changed their formation and all of a sudden things just click. One thing I will note, there was no Reece James in the lineup and there was no Reece James on the bench. That tells me either he's actually got an injury and they're not telling us, or he's ill. We'll see. Rosinha says he's ill, but we'll see. So, cue in Josh Achinpong to get his start as a center back partnership with Chalobah. Caicedo, Santos is back in the lineup. He had a swollen ankle after the game against, who did we just fucking play last? I can't believe I forgot now. It doesn't matter. But regardless, Wolves, swollen ankle against Wolves, so he came off as a precautionary thing. He had pain, but he was good to go today. Had a brilliant game today. Enzo Fernandez in there, and then the attacking three I mentioned at the beginning of the game, right? So first half, we start electric. We start great, making chances. We're putting Leeds to the sword, and really, just creating multiple opportunities. And we look fluid. We look dangerous. Missed a few chances as well. Let's be honest. We missed a few chances in that beginning of the first half, and it didn't take long for the guy who is currently absolutely on fire, João Pedro, to get another goal to his name. I think this guy's now had, 5 games in a row with a GNA, which is brilliant for him. Happy to see he's doing well. It was a threaded pass from Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer, who did look brilliant today as well, up until the very defining point at the end of the game. Threaded pass to him, puts him 1v1 with the keeper, and very much like we saw against Donnarumma in Club World Cup, chips it over to the keeper, goes straight into the net, and we're up 1-0. Convincingly so, very much so. We should have been putting away more goals in that first half, but it is what it is. We are walking away victorious in that first half, and convincingly as well. However, we get into the second half, right? And again, dominant display. We're doing all right. We're not giving or conceding too many chances to Leeds. However, in another weird moment, something about pushing João Pedro is trending now. And so we saw it again. The Leeds United defender, I forget who it was, pushes João Pedro. We get a penalty out of it. And bish, bash, bosh, Cole Palmer puts it away. Now 2 games in a row where he's scored. Good for him. He could use it. Get an assist as well. He's getting his tallies up. And it kind of looks like we got our old Cole Palmer back. But unfortunately, karma, in a sense, I guess, strikes. Caicedo, who's had some iffy form lately, makes a mistake in the box and accidentally, well, I guess it was accidentally, obviously, but like tackles the Leeds player, gives away a penalty. Nemecha puts it away. Sanchez, I can't remember if someone could find, like, Sanchez is the one goalkeeper I'm not convinced is ever going to cover a penalty. That's most goalkeepers. Can someone tell me the last time Sanchez actually saved the penalty? Because I think it was Newcastle. Was it Newcastle under Poch? No, that was Petrovic. I can't remember the last time that Sanchez saved a penalty. But if someone knows, please let me know, because I'd be interested to see how long it's been since this guy saved the penalty. But it's not on Sanchez. It's not on Sanchez. Penalties are hard to save regardless. But yeah, so we give away the penalty. Sanchez obviously pissed the fuck off. He wants his clean sheet. He deserves a clean sheet, to be honest. He's been one of the more brilliant players in that defense that isn't really deserving of all these goals conceded, because come the 73rd minute, Okafor gets a goal. And the way he gets the goal, I mean, we'll break it down. It's probably the first thing we're going to talk about. Also, the controversy behind it as well. Because to me, ladies and gents, that was a clear use of a handball. But listen, I'm not going to blame the refs for why we capitulated at the end there. But to me, that looked like a clear handball up into the buildup, or up until the few seconds later where they scored the goal, right? But just a misreading of the long ball from Chalobah where he doesn't get it. Again, a criminal of the bounce, lets it bounce, which is rule number 1. They tell you as a defender, at least they told me as a center back, don't let the ball bounce, because it could be unpredictable and that's where you lose control, right? The ball bounces. What happens? Leeds player gets it, holds up Acheampong. Acheampong does his best to not let him turn. And then when he does turn and get dispossessed, Acheampong, being inexperienced, waits for Sanchez to try to get it. But Sanchez isn't really close to the ball. So Sanchez has to try to run, and then Acheampong then decides, oh, fuck, you're not close enough. Let me try to get rid of it. And in that whole fiasco, all that chaos, the ball ends up in front of a Leeds players to the left of all this chaos, and boom. And by the way, not only Acheampong and Sanchez, but you have 2 Chelsea players, I think Caicedo was one of them, just watching. Very similar to how Sunderland happened, just watching, instead of trying to get in there, which in a similar situation later on in the game, Caicedo got involved. But in this situation, too little too late. Ball goes wide, Leeds player just slots it in. And it's 2-2. It's 2-2. And we try to get back into it. We're desperate. You could tell we're desperate. Crosses into the box from left to right. You know, Neto, that's his forte. He just kept doing it over and over and over again. No coincidence, by the way, people. This was pointed out to me by one of our favorite panels here, RSM. It's no coincidence that Cucurella comes off and all of a sudden these goals get conceded, right? Not to say Hato's bad, but it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Neto comes on. No coincidence. No coincidence. We're starting to see now the weak links, right, guys? And so in a desperate attempt to try to get that winning goal, we're trying to pull another West Ham. Cole Palmer gets a golden opportunity. A golden opportunity. Malagusto, who didn't have the most brilliant performance, in my opinion, does a little flick. Street baller Gusto comes out, gets it to Moy. Moy crosses it in, and it's a brilliant, on a silver platter opportunity for Cole Palmer. I'm thinking this is a goal. This is it. You're less than a yard out. And what happens? You send it to the moon right next to Gareth Bale's penalty. Yeah. Disastrous way to capitulate. Rosinho was not happy about it. Rightfully so. He shouldn't be happy about it. But yeah. It was one for the books, ladies and gents. Let's get the panel on here. Big up to every single one of you. Like I said, guys, smash up the like if you haven't done so already. We got the whole crew here, and I'm sure a lot of us are filled with vim and emotion. So I guess whoever wants to start it off, be my guest. I'm going to have a beer and celebrate my raise.
Wow. Everyday beer. You know what I mean? Me and Marsha are going alcoholic for alcoholic soon, man. You know what I mean? Generally. So, yeah, we're going to go.
On the real, though.
With Chelsea, you might.
You have to.
But before we get into the game, everyone, let's be real. Congratulations, Marshall.
Thank you.
No one's
I appreciate it, man.
No one's got
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not sure I can say I'm not sure I can say listen,
Something good happened to
love it,
Chelsea
man.
today. It just happened to
I
a
love it,
Chelsea
man.
fan, not Chelsea club.
Marshall missing the protest got him the blue card raise. I respect it.
You're right. Thank you, Big Dad. Fuck you and Stanley, though.
all I'm saying, man, listen,
When Stanley fought against me, when Stanley's like, listen, we got a major wage cut. We can't afford this round envelope.
I don't even blame Marshall. You've got kids to feed, bro. I respect that.
You know, listen, I'm just
don't.
gonna keep it real. We all know.
For sure.
Nah, but no, on the real though, on the real. Genuinely, congratulations, genuinely.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I don't know if I can see congratulations when it's going to an Enzo away shirt, personally. So it's what it is. You know what I mean?
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I
I
can't say
don't have an Enzo away
congratulations.
shirt though.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what it's going to, isn't it? So
The
maybe.
Enzo away
Maybe,
shirt.
maybe.
Marshall,
yeah.
Ahmed, do you still have that Havertz shirt?
I gave that away to charity, man. So you see, I'm a given man.
Charity rejected him. The charity rejected him.
Charity.
Already rejected
Who
it.
refuses?
But obviously, listen, let's start getting a bit serious. I'll be honest, like, I think all of us here probably would agree. I think that first half of football, in terms of like going forward, playing, attacking football-wise, was in terms of being consistent, not really like giving the opposition any chances, was our most consistent first half of football this season, I'll probably say. Right,
We looked very
really
fluid
well.
from what I
We
could
looked
tell.
really good, fluid. We played really well. Everything was flowing. You know, I wouldn't say champagne football, but you know, it was fun to fructus football. That's the best way to put it. You know, it was tasty to watch. And obviously credit to the goal that we got there initially. The second half, however, obviously we get the pen. Credit to obviously Cole Palmer to score that. It was 2-0. Everything was looking nice and cozy. And then we obviously got Kukurea removed. You got a few guys removed here and there. And then, you know, the capitulation started. Now, Caicedo, obviously, it wasn't great what happened there. Let's keep it real. Either way, I think he's smart enough, in my personal opinion, to know that, you know, even that lingering foot, no matter what happens, you know, bro, that teams are going to take advantage of that. Particularly smaller teams, bro. For the smaller teams, bro, it legit is about the minute things, bro. It's about the minutiae, bro, that help them get into the game, bro. And at the end of the day, that was a penalty. We can comment here, there, and that stuff about it. And that got them the goal. They then, obviously, that goal clearly got them high up. We didn't really counter-react to that as a team fast enough, right? And then what happens? Now, obviously, we can say that it's a handball. Let's not be honest. That what happened when he controls it initially, it was a handball, of course, right? But we have to also be critical of what happens post the handball. Chalobah, wagwan for you, big man. You know, initially, Chalobah just shouting and pointing, and then you've got a Chempong. A Chempong just generally fell asleep, bro. I think a Chempong generally fell asleep, or there was a clear lack of communication in that period of time, yeah?
This moment here is what starts it, right?
Yeah.
The misreading of the ball.
Yeah, Chalobah initially just misreading the ball. And again, am I surprised about Chalobah misreading the ball in the air? Not really.
He's done it multiple times this season.
He's done it multiple times already this season and in previous seasons, right? So that's the first mistake. The second mistake, right, isn't here. So Achempo makes the right decision of moving on and trying to meet him there. That obviously there is a handball. There's no denying that at all. We all agree with that. But then it's the moment afterwards from there. Like obviously, I know Marshall trying to show the handball there. You can't really see it that accurately from there. But this is where the issue begins, right? So you've got the player there. Achempong's still holding him there. But then look at what happens afterwards. Caicedo just ball watching. Gusto is also ball watching there. If you look at him.
Yeah, keep your eye on Gusto for this whole thing, by the way.
Keep running. I don't know who
right
the other.
here.
Yeah, Gusto's right here. Look at Hato. Credit to Hato for actually trying to close him down and actually trying to attempt to do something there.
This
He's
is Santos.
What did Gusto
Is
do?
it Santos?
Because
My apologies.
Santos and Caicedo.
Yeah.
Credit.
that's Santos.
Caicedo is not even touching that. Caicedo just there, bro. Legit. I
Yeah,
don't
he's just
even know-
blocking them off.
Look
like,
at how
Yeah,
close
yeah.
they are, though. Look at that. It's like
I know,
like-
but I don't expect Caicedo to make a tackle. there.
Like
he tries to make a tackle here and misses.
Right?
Oh,
But
wow.
then-
Or no, he doesn't miss
No,
it.
he doesn't because the player does a skill.
No,
it's
I
a
think-
school
sorry,
move. It's
yeah.
a school move. Look, it's a school move. He does a school move.
All right, he rolls it back. Yeah, he rolls it back.
He rolls it back, right? And keep moving. Achampong's still with him. Tries
Yeah.
to still be with him at the very least there. And I think at that point, Achampong then tries to cover him. Yeah? If you keep it,
I think Achampong is expecting Sanchez to come
yeah,
here, and he
exactly.
just
At that moment in time, he
Yeah,
expects
yeah.
Sanchez to come, but then there's a clear miscommunication because look at Sanchez. Sanchez initially tries to come, but then he
pause.
and then you see that there. Now Sanchez is trying to like maintain his ground in that position. You can see it there. Look. He maintains his ground there because he's like now he's a bit worried because he doesn't keep coming forward at that point in time.
I don't blame Sanchez for it,
Right,
because
but
like,
No,
then-
not at all.
every
You don't
chance to
blame.
play
I
around
don't
the
blame
ball,
Sanchez there.
He's not
but
going to
then
rush
like,
out.
but then
like my head,
obviously
yeah.
Sanchez then tries to collect the ball, but because he's not able to collect it cleanly, as you can see, because look at the player, he's not able to collect it cleanly. But then Gusto does not react to him not collecting the ball.
Gusto's
cleanly.
ball watching again, bro.
Yeah,
Ball
I
watching
did-
again.
He let that number 19 completely into his blind spot.
Yeah, and he doesn't react quickly enough, and then therefore then Okafor gets a tap in.
I just felt like we played brilliant, but that 5 minutes, we was on them, like dominating.
Yeah.
creating
Well,
chances.
Chris, you and Liam Rossignol, as you'll
And
see in the
then-
quotes.
And
What?
then
No, but like
basically-
that, but that's the fact of it. Like we conceded what 2 goals in
But
5-6 minutes. So
I think what then made
Yeah,
it
Liam
worse
Rossignol
was-
literally said the same thing in his quotes.
Yeah.
fair, I didn't really copy him, but, like,
and then
it's
I'm
just how
gonna
it
keep
was.
it. Then I'm gonna keep it real. Yeah, we then brought on even more dud. What's it called? Guys off the bench. Delap dud. You know what I mean? Pedro Neto generally. I don't know why he even decided to bring him off the bench.
To be fair-
Genuinely, it's a waste of a sub. He's a waste
To
of
be
a
to
sub,
be
bro.
fair with Neto, like people know my feelings on Neto.
Yeah.
He wasn't awful when he came on. Like at least he had the crosses. Like his crossing was really good. Outside of that, he was just nothing. Like he doesn't beat guys in a dribble. He doesn't even attempt to take him on. At least the crossing was good. At least there was an element of like he was putting balls in really good areas, and guys just weren't getting on the end of it. I think of the one that went just wide of the post. I think of the one that like there was a couple of others. I think there was one that was like just over hit. That João Pedro got his head on. So like the crosses were actually decent from Neto. Is the one thing I will say. We have seen way worse Neto cameo performances and just performances in general from him. Like at least
I agree.
that one was okay, and it kind of made sense why you brought him on, even though I didn't like Esteval going off. I agree with you about the lap. The lap came on and did the square root of nothing again. Did the square root of jack
Do you
shit.
see? Do you
But
see
the
when
thing is-
in the corner, Scott? He just did not jump at all, like in the
Yeah.
one corner. Just
But
No,
the-
because
I,
he's
I
dog
know
shit.
there's a lot of other stuff as well. Like
the one
there's
thing
other
to mention though,
punches or
that
whatever.
I do wanna mention really quickly here, yeah, is that there is something else to say, and that is what happened at the end of the game. Yeah, essentially, our last big chance. We still had a chance essentially to still win this game 3-2, and we could have just discussed it 6 minutes and talk about how we could improve from that. But
We'll get to that Cole Palmer chance, but yeah, continue your statement.
yeah, but
I
legit,
have it here. We'll talk
But
about it.
legit, Cole Palmer, he basically did the miss of the season, bro. There's no denying that, bro. There's absolutely no denying that he did the miss of the season, bro. They could all he didn't need to do anything, bro. Just tap that ball in, bro, and
Just not hit the ball underneath. You're saying?
legit, yeah, just tap it, bro. It's a tap in.
I mean, I think he did tap
bro.
it. It's just the way his foot was hitting the ball. It's just underneath,
Bro,
so it's just
I
gonna lift
don't.
up.
I really just don't think there's any excuse for that.
I'm
There's
not
no
making an excuse, by the
There
way.
is-
This is not an excuse. Jesus. How is this
I'm
an
not
excuse? I'm just saying he hit it wrong. No shit.
That's I don't.
That's
care,
what I'm
Chris.
saying. He hit it underneath.
That's up
Hey,
to him.
listen, we're in hostile
This is
territory
not an
right now,
excuse,
Chris.
by the way.
Yeah.
He's not even trying to defend that
At the end of
situation.
the day, bro,
to try and get
he
that one
fucked
out.
it. You know, we can't keep calling this guy our best player, and then when we need you the most, bro,
Not this season.
you do
No,
this.
he's not. Yeah.
But yeah, okay, hold on.
Actually, I'd say
The thing
Reece
is
our
though,
best player in
like
general anyway.
yes, I think Chris is right. Like he had a moment where he just fucked it, right? But at the same time, he did get us a goal and assist today.
I
Like
don't-
he
but-
was
but that's
responsible,
still-
directly responsible for two of the
yeah,
goals we
yeah.
got.
Can I
But-
also?
but-
I'd
wait,
also
wait,
say,
wait,
yeah.
wait,
Go
wait.
on.
But in
You can say the
reality-
same about João Pedro.
We can
And
say
man-
that-
No,
João
João
man did
Pedro's
more
our best
work.
player today.
Yeah, but the thing for me is that listen, I understand he got us a goal assist, but the thing is, guys.
Yo, Blue Vibe, please be patient. We will talk about the players eventually. Shut the fuck up. God damn.
Bloody
You
hell.
want to talk about all of them in 10 minutes?
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, you just want this to be the Josh
Don't
Action Punk
get-
show.
don't get me
Fucking A,
fucking
man. There's probably a Pornhub category for you. Shut up. Just wait.
Jeez Louise. Pull up, that's crazy. But,
Patience,
no,
people.
No, but the
Fucking
reality
Amazon
is,
generation.
But the reality is, guys, yeah, Cole Palmer got us a goal and assist, all well and good, bro. But the moment we needed him to kill the game, he didn't do it, Marshall. We can say it's all
Yes.
well, you know what it is, bro. It's like a 7-game series. Great, you got us to win in 3 games. But game 7, when I needed you to finish the game, close the game, to win us the series, you didn't do it, bro.
Bro, how did my man bring it back to fucking basketball? By the way,
No, but I think I'm using Marshall's logic here against him here. It's all well and good. He was getting me 50 points per game.
No, yeah,
in
you
the-
expect your best players to pull it in there.
in
I
that
agree.
key moment. That's
No, I
bro.
get it. No, I'm not discrediting it.
Let's use
But
an
this
easy
is-
example here. Let's use an easy example here. If this was like the great, let's use our best striker ever. If that was Drogba, yeah, he got me a goal and assist beforehand. But then it's 2-2. It's the last minute of the game. Yeah, he fucked it, bro. And Drogba did that to me.
Well, you can't talk about Drogba though, because in Drogba's teams wouldn't fumble a 2-0 lead.
No. But you're not. I think you're not understanding.
No, but ultimately, Ahmed, that's the reason. The reason we're mad. I'm not blaming one or the other. They're both at fault. Palmer's at fault, and so are the defenders at fault for fumbling the lead. But
I agree,
ultimately,
yeah.
Thank you,
the
Owen.
reason we're talking about Palmer right now is because we fumbled a 2-0 lead. Because we wouldn't have needed his goal if
Exactly.
otherwise.
And that's why I want to focus on this first before we break down the Palmer thing, right? Like, okay, listen. I think the worst part of this whole entire fumbling is this mistake that Josh made, right? I think that you could say like, okay, that was probably the worst mistake of a bad bunch of mistakes. The first mistake we said already here was when Chalaba fails to read this initial long ball. Great. I think Josh does everything great up until, well, even here, before that, Caicedo and Santos failing to try to intervene and just watching for an opportunity to take the ball when, brother, like it was there for the taking for at least 2. It wasn't as bad as Sunderland. Sunderland was a lot worse, right? But the ball was there for the taking for a bit. Okay, so Josh does everything good up until here, where he realizes, first of all, I think here is where the inexperience kicks in, right? If this is Reece James probably realizes I'm near the penalty kick area or the penalty spot. There's a good chance Sanchez isn't going to be anywhere near this, right? So I have to get rid of the ball or pass it back to Sanchez or just boot it. So that's
Or
mistake
just kick it out for a
It's
corner if
naivety.
you have to.
But yeah, this is where the naivety comes in, right? The second mistake, in my opinion, is okay, even if you're going to turn around and hope that Sanchez goes for the ball, brother, lift your arms up to defend. You need to make sure that this defender doesn't run in front of you. And that's, again, naivety, inexperience, where, okay, listen, and I'm not trying to defend Josh here. I fully am upset that this happened to Josh. And of all people here, like you guys know, I am one of the people that will try to advocate and defend Maresca as to why he didn't play Josh, why he didn't play these inexperienced players. And I could have one point on these people that said, oh, Maresca did, like, this is why, right? But I'm not even going to go from that angle. Plain and simple, it's naivety, and it happens. But there was so many other occurrences where we could have fixed this up. Yes, Josh makes a mistake. There's no denying it. No one here is going to tell you, oh, no, it's not on Josh. If they do, I probably have to kick them out of the panel. But it's just one of those situations where it's inexperience. You took the risk for senior by playing Josh, by thinking Chalaba is an experienced or a good enough leader in this back line to lead the line. We all know he's not. And this is when you get these types of errors. he makes these errors. Also, let's not forget, because Scott, you mentioned this, right? And I don't know if you heard me when I said this. We were talking about how like, oh, we couldn't bring in a defender because Josh wants to be a center back. There's two things wrong with that statement. One,
Oh, there's a lot wrong
Josh,
with that statement. But
no, but I think there's two things wrong with saying that, right? The first thing is, what makes you fucking think that Josh wants to be a center back when his whole time we've known him as a right back? Also, he doesn't have a say in what position he plays. He's going to play whatever position the gaffer puts him in, right? And two, he hasn't even been playing that much. So, again, what am I supposed to expect from Josh? Yes, it's disappointing. He made a mistake. This is horrible for Josh. And honestly, if he did get hooked after this, he got hooked, rightfully so after this, because it's a very naive and silly mistake to make. Hopefully he learns from this and you never see this kind of mistake ever again. But we're breaking down why it was a mistake. He doesn't put his hands up. He misreads where he is in the box so that, like, Sanchez can't go for it. Sanchez only goes for it because he realizes Josh is trying to signal to him, hey, can you get this? And he doesn't even put his hands up to defend the player. So the player gets involved and engaged once again with the attack. And this is where you just get this whole mess. And Gusto as well, like ball watching, not getting involved. You had the clear opportunity to get at the ball and you don't. And you leave one. If you're going to leave your defender, come out with something, bro. No, you leave your defender, you come out with nothing, you leave him open, he gets a goal, boom. There you go. There's your mistake. And there's your Josh Achenpong talking point that you were asking for.
Can I?
Go for it, Prime.
Bye.
Bye.
Who's playing something? Ahmed.
No, just go ahead.
Okay. Why for me? Why I don't put, like, I'm not going to put heavy blame and just kill Achenpong. If we want to say he's fully at fault for it, as much as I don't agree with it, cool. What young players?
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Hold on, real quick. I didn't realize because I didn't get a notification. Big up to Jimmy for the raid. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Smash the like, people who came in for the Jimmy raid, and also be sure to subscribe if you're new here. Me and Jimmy are boys. Thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate it. Prime, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Nah, Jimmy interrupted me, man. Anyways, was really interrupted by Jimmy's raid. No,
Jimmy's fault we lost.
Yeah.
And by the way, Coco, there is a stat. It's called points dropped from a winning position game, and we are indeed first in the Prem.
Yeah. If people want to fully blame Josh for this, as much as I disagree that it's fully his fault, cool. The guy is, what, 18, 19? Like, do you not, people not realize young defenders are going to make mistakes like this, no matter how talented they are. Hoyson's apparently the next young, amazing centre-back. He's been poor this season at Real Madrid. Korbasi is generational.
Saddam Hoyson, bro.
Yeah, Korbasi's generational. He's stunk this season. So, Saddam Hoyson's mad. So
that's
you're
what the
gonna
Madrid
get
fans are
that.
calling him, bro.
Yeah, so you're gonna get that. Now, my bigger issue is, even though Josh made this mistake, can anyone honestly tell me our other center backs don't make these same mistakes as well?
No.
They
Listen.
make more of these.
Exactly.
For me,
No,
yes,
but
for me personally, for
Can I
me
finish
personally,
speaking?
this is what it is. Like, I don't trust our defense, right? For various different reasons, right? And Josh's, for me, is the most understandable in the fact that he is young. He's going to have lapses in judgment. He's going to make poor decisions. He still has to, grow more physically, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a lot more understanding I'm willing to give to Achenpong. Should he have done better? Should he have been as soft in terms of winning the challenge, et cetera, et cetera? Probably. But at the end of the day as well, I don't fully blame him, because when you're a defender, right, and you see that the ball is going to land behind the person that you're defending, you're like, okay, so I don't have to pressure him as much right now because he's not going to win this ball, right? When the guy sticks his arm back and controls the ball with his arm, and then that ball goes in front of him.
That angle, bro.
I was gonna say that's the thing as well. Like, he up until
check the WhatsApp. I sent it earlier. Check the WhatsApp. I sent it earlier.
Cool.
Yeah, I sent it earlier in the WhatsApp. I'm not even joking.
Finish what
Legitimately.
you're saying. My bad, bro.
Yeah. So then, obviously, like, I can blame Achenpong as much as I want, but at the end of the day, like, it's hard for any defender to guard somebody, and then the ball. They think the ball is behind the attacker. The attacker sticks his arm out like this. You'll see it when Marshall brings it up. Yeah, if you can't find it, I'll just send it in the private chat
I
because
got it.
yeah,
No,
like, you need to put this.
by the way, it's not down to poor recruitment. Some fucking retards in his fan base would have you believe it's because Josh Achapong is holding his club to ransom.
Can I finish
No.
speaking?
No, bro. I'm telling you right now, Josh Achapong has nothing. Josh Achapong is just doing what young players do. This is what happens. He has so much talent. We see it. It's evident. He's very talented, right? He has something about him. But this is just what happens with young players, right? And this is why, having young players in your defensive line is liability. It's a risk. But because they are young players and they show a lot of talent, it's a risk that, you would think is worth taking in certain matches, et cetera, right? I think in the first half, nobody was complaining about Achapong. Was anybody complaining about Achapong in the first half? No. What ends up happening is really what I think is the core issue that I want to look at, right? Is the fact that, and we've talked about this a million times, right? Is there is no leadership in that back line if Reece and Kukurea are not there. If one of those two isn't in that back line, they fall apart. Kukurea gets subbed off, right? And I'm not even saying, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even saying Hato was bad. I'm not saying he had an awful performance, but he's not marshalling and leading the back line the way Kukurea is, the way Reece is, right? So then these guys fall asleep. They have lapses in judgment. They fall asleep. There's no sense of defensive urgency. When Reece is there, when Kukurea is there, you can feel that the defense feels more urgent. They feel like they have to stay awake. They don't switch off. When Kukurea or Reece doesn't play, the defense switches off. That's just the way that it is. But I'm not gonna kill Josh for this. Like, Josh is very talented. Could he have done better? Yeah, 100%. I think he could have maybe done better. But at the end of the day, like I said, I put maybe I would say 1/3 of the blame on Achapong, and then I put the rest of the blame on the fact that this wasn't called a handball. Because could he have defended it better? Sure, but VAR shouldn't have allowed this to stand. Look at how far back his arm is. That ball was bouncing in the air. If his arm didn't contact it, behind him. That's my point. Like, I can cook Josh if I want, but look at how far back his arm is.
Yeah, it's shocking this isn't a handball. I was convinced it was a
handball. He
handball.
basically dribbled the ball. He dribbled the ball in front of him, so he was able to control it and start running into the box. It's a shocking decision, right? And again, we shouldn't have been in this position, right? Because Caicedo gave away a stupid penalty for no reason. Like, I think, was it a 0.01 XG from Leeds in the first half? They were doing nothing, bro. We were all over them. We were killing them. Even in the second half, bro, both goals in the entire second half. What did Leeds really attack us? Did we have a sustained 2-3 minutes where I was like, damn, Leeds is all over us? No, there wasn't a single time I thought that in the entire 90 minutes. We just gave them the goals, man. And that's what really pisses me off. Yeah, and Rosinha, by the way, and Rosinha's quotes, like, we need to talk about them, by the way, because this, I do like, I can't lie, bro. Like, people make fun of him, but what he said is facts. Like, if you look at his quotes, he's literally talking about the fact we fell asleep for 6 minutes and lost the game. That's unacceptable. We can't do that. And that's true. It's just facts.
True, yeah.
Can I finish speaking?
Go ahead, Prime. Finish what you were saying.
Bloody hell. This fan base is like very, very weird because for some reason everyone loves to praise every single thing that comes out of Cobham, and when we actually produce a talented player, you're gonna blame him for making mistakes when he plays minimal games. But the 27-year-old who's our most experienced center back, when he makes mistakes, no one talks about anything. When Fofana makes a mistake, our most expensive center back we've bought, no one says anything. Fofana and Chalobah are both allowed to be shit and make mistake after mistake after mistake and then play themselves back into form. Chalobah started this season shit and he was allowed to just play himself into form. Fofana has not been better than Chalobah this season when he's been fit, but he's allowed to play himself into form. But when it's Achapong, we've got to kill him and be like, oh, he's awful, get him out. When this guy leaves in the summer and he starts balling out elsewhere, and you guys start complaining about Chalobah looks bad again, Fofana looks bad again, why doesn't Colwell look the same because he just come back from injury? You'll blame the ownership for getting rid of this guy. But you guys didn't want to keep him anyway. You're going to kill him for a mistake. I don't care about this like specific mistake and how it happened. I agree it's a handball, whatever. But let's not pretend like our other centre backs, our older centre backs, our more experienced centre backs are not making the same sort of errors.
Exactly.
The same sort of errors. Chalobah's been sent off.
No. I would argue they make worse errors. I would argue they make worse errors.
Chalobah's been sent off this season. He's made multiple errors leading to a goal. Fofana, same thing. So my problem isn't with Achapong. That's why I said back when the season started. I'd rather have kept Sar, kept Anselmino, and let them just play with Achingpong and play every game. But people told me, Scott said, "Oh, we can't just play 18-year-olds at centre back." I'd rather 18-year-olds make mistakes than these
No, I said
24.
no manager is ever
25,
doing that, brother.
I know that, but that's what I would do because to me, I'd rather the young guys make mistakes. And I'm not even a Cobham guy. I've said you people know I say multiple times, fuck Cobham. But when we actually produce a real talent, I don't get why people want to crash on him. People give more time to what's his name, Alfie Gilchrist, who was shit, than they will for Achington, who's actually talented, bro.
Facts.
By the way, that
Yeah,
comment
I
is
just
fucking
wanna-
stupid.
Some of the best
That
teams in the
comment is
world
fucking
want Achingpong. That's for a reason. This guy's a brilliant talent.
This one?
If Achingpong wasn't at Chelsea and he was at
okay.
Rennes, we would be trying to sign him.
If he was
Brother,
French,
we had
he'd be
teams
rated
already
highly.
try to sign him off of us.
No, but the point is like
I said,
I
bro,
think,
but we've had top teams try and sign him and be interested in
Yeah,
him.
what are we
But
talking
again,
about?
this comment is fucking. By the way, that comment, by the way, what was the stat RSM? 0.01 XG, but he was ass. Make that make
No,
fucking sense.
that's what that was my question. Nobody was
By the way,
complaining about
fucking sense.
Achingpong in the
Great
first
shit,
half,
but
bro.
he was ass.
yeah. I think a good point to be made here.
Fucking
is that,
retard, man. I'm
is
tired.
that
Bro, I'm telling
one
you,
of the-
we don't
I think
have
for me-
leadership in the back line. Kukurea came off, and the whole back line just slumped.
And it's not even. I'm
It's-
glad you said that. It's not even just RSM the leadership. The other thing I don't think Hato did, and again, he's not used to this, so it's hard to blame him for this. I more blame Rossignol for the sub, depending on what the reasons were, because apparently, based on the based on what the
He gave a
commentary is
reason.
saying, it wasn't
Did it?
injury. It
Yeah, I
was
think
like
that's on his thing. Let me
seemingly
see.
tactical. Which, if it was tactical, it was wrong. Like that, he got that sub completely wrong. What Kukurea was doing, because of how high he was pushing up.
Yeah, he said unfortunately. Okay, no, here, Scott. Unfortunately, at halftime, he felt his hamstring. He's gonna have a
Okay,
scan,
that's
and we hope
fine
he's
then.
okay for the
That's-
next game.
That's not on Rossignol then.
Yeah,
The
was
problem was
necessary.
because of how high Kukurea was pushing up, it was causing issues for Bogle and Justin when they were playing there. Meaning they could not get forward as much because they were just going to get hurt in behind down their left hand side. Hato didn't do that. Hato was not effective going forward outside of the one thing he had in the box where he
I think
fucked up.
the only
He
time he was
wasn't-
effective going forward was past the 90th minute when we were throwing everything at the wall.
Yeah, that cross into that was the other one. But in terms of
Yeah.
actually down the left hand side, he wasn't doing anything. But it's because he's not a
No.
natural left back, so he's not used to getting in those areas. So it
Yeah.
meant that Bogle especially had more space to push up and was able to get in positions like he did for the 2 goals, for the penalty that he gets fouled for, and then the goal that they score the second one. So I think that also came down to outside of just the marshalling. We were able to keep them pressed in their half with Kukurea on the pitch. When he came off, you just lose that because again, Hato isn't used to doing that. It didn't look comfortable for him entirely. But yeah, the Josh thing is just funny to me, man. Like, it's just fucking funny to me. If you think he was poor, you think he was poor. I massively disagree. But people want to do this agenda bullshit and having fucking debates about he's the reason we don't have a centre back because he's holding the fucking club to ransom.
That's
Like, are
crazy,
you a
by the way.
retard,
He's
bro?
so
Buying
good, bro.
into- you're just
Are you a
buying
retard?
into
Like,
the PR.
genuinely. And
You're buying
bro, I'm
into
gonna call
the
him
PR
out.
at that
He's a
point.
fucking retard, bro. He's a fucking
Bro,
retard
I
for
don't
saying
get
that.
how people,
Because he's not Sarr and because he's not
Wait.
Jacquet.
Well,
When it
I'm
was
gonna-
Chalobah in the summer, no one gave a shit. It wasn't
can I make-
Chalobah. Oh no, actually, it was to some people.
Bro,
But Chalobah
it's
was the
weird.
reason in the summer, and now it's Josh.
Yeah, I
Ramen.
want to
Take
make
a
that
fuck
point.
shot.
Apparently with
Ramen, go.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah, because like the point I wanted to make at the very least is just that with Achempong, this guy has barely played for us. I think that's another thing that we need to understand, right? It's not
Second
well and
star
good-
centre back.
Scott, bring up that date. Yeah, bring up
It was
that
the
date.
second start since
That's
Crystal
it.
Palace, bro.
Yeah.
No,
like, again,
that's his second start as centre back since the
Yeah.
29th of October.
It was a
that's the
Crystal
point.
Palace game, right? That's when he started.
No,
No,
it was Sunderland.
Sunderland.
ah, some of them
Right,
right.
but like the point I make, this is like something I was saying in Discord when you guys were watching. But this guy barely played for us, bro, on the Morosky in terms of like starting and even coming off the bench. I think the reality is, guys, yeah, when you have these young guys in the team, right, there has to be a level of which we have to be able to excuse their performances. Okay, I understand when it was Colwell last year, for example, right. I think the criticism there was a lot more valid, right? Because this guy had a season at Brighton where he was playing essentially consistently before he even came to us, right? So for me, the criticism there was more valid than Izuva Champong. So I don't know what really there is to say at this point.
You know what it
the-
is though, but like this is why I try to be consistent in all this. The same time of day that we're trying to give Acheampong, because we see, because that's the thing, like everyone who is talking negatively on Acheampong and saying stuff like this, useless player, all this stuff, you're not there when he's actually playing well and doing good things on the pitch and advancing the ball forward and progressing into the midfield, getting into attacking positions. You're not there to give praise. You're only here to be negative when it gets tough and the negativity is there to support your argument. If you want to be biased, if you want to be, neutral in this and just speak on facts and truth, then speak on both ends of it, right? And listen, I'm not denying Acheampong made a mistake. Like RSM said, he's probably responsible for a third of what happened in that whole build up to the goal. Like it was a whole defensive error that led up to even that moment, and then another defensive error that happened afterwards, right? So there's so many people responsible, but I think it's highlighted because Acheampong's involvement in that mistake was so blatant and clear for everyone to see. Even then, I can't get over this part right here. The referee's call of goal to Leeds United was checked and confirmed by VAR, with there deemed to be no handball offense by Bogle in the build-up. That's absolute fucking bullshit, because...
But why are we surprised?
Look at how far back he put his arm, bro.
Slow-mo it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play it just regular speed so you can see it. So just look at his hand and how it moves. Okay. Even at full speed, it looks intentional. Even at full speed. Now let me do it in slow-mo. Like, this doesn't get called for a handball.
But again, why are we surprised?
It's just stupid. It's
these guys just
blatant stupidity. Because
even insulting our intelligence.
I have zero reaction to this.
Even if you want to make the argument like, oh, but he wasn't the goal scorer and it didn't have anything to do with the actual goal, there was all this before that. Okay, so if we're not gonna call handballs unless they're involved in goal scoring opportunities, the other day when Cucurella made a blatant, obviously handball, we should have just let the play go. Then we shouldn't have stopped the play. So make it make sense. Back-to-back game weeks now. Controversial calls. Never a dull moment here in the Prem, bro.
But Marshall, they don't make sense, and this is why I'm asking, why are you surprised? Because we see it every single week.
Yeah.
The same two challenges from different teams in different matches getting refereed and given different penalties, and stuff.
It was our turn to get fucked over this round.
And listen, for those of you saying that we're defending Acheampong too much and all this, I'll be the first to say, yo, Acheampong, if you're seeing a handball, bro, call it.
No,
you should be calling it,
right?
But
you place the whistle. You place the whistle.
No. But that's my point though. This is why I blame 1/3 Acheampong for this, right? And then I also blame Chalobah, because when you look at the play from top down, you can see that Chalobah stops running and turns off because
Chalobah does call for it.
Yeah, Chalobah calls for it, but he stops running. He stops following the play because of it.
Yeah. No,
and that's my criticism.
It's not even just that, Marshall. When you
look, he's Phil. This is my point. This is my problem with Chalobah. He's just
he does call it. Okay.
Yeah, but why are you trying to
play
that? But what Chalobah doing there is still wrong. It was a Marshall that I mentioned about when QQ came off, that we had no leadership in that back line.
No, that was me. That was me.
That was you. You know when you said there's no leadership in that back line?
Yeah.
You're wrong. Our leadership should be Chalobah. He's our most experienced.
I agree. I agree. That's my point.
Let me finish speaking. That's why when people say I have an agenda against him, my problem is you're this old. People keep telling me how great you are, and yet you offer nothing to this team. That's why the mistake that happened for the goal, I'm not going to kill the kid, but I'm going to kill the older guy. I'm going to look at the leader. Why didn't you help it? Acheampong,
just cover.
If you remember when Silva was at Chelsea, do you remember how many errors he swept up for Chalobah, Christensen, Rudiger? Remember how many times he helped those guys when they made errors and he stopped that from leading to a goal? Why doesn't Chalobah do that for Acheampong in that situation? Thiago Silva would have helped and stopped that from leading to a goal right there. Instead of putting up your hand and saying, "Ref, it's a handball." No, it's not
but
a
the only
handball.
ones,
Deal with the situation.
only ones we have that do that. That's my whole. That was my original point. So I'm saying I don't consider Chalaba a leader. Is the fact that
I know.
if it's not Reese or if it's not Kukurea, one of them needs to be in that back line at any given point. Because if not, we have no natural leaders, and the team switches off and does stuff like this, man. It's so annoying.
I agree with you. But
this is why I
point,
like just get rid of Chalaba, bro. Keep Josh because he's a better talent, bro. Like I'm more willing to overlook these Josh mistakes because of the stuff that he does when he's actually like his peak is so high. I know we all saw that run in the first half. That is the stuff that we were hoping that Fofana would done like pre-injury before he was just made of absolute glass. We were like hoping Fofana was doing that. Now we have a young kid doing that at his age out of Cobham that we paid nothing for, and people want me to defend Chalaba when I'm seeing Josh do this.
And RSM, forget the first half of this.
There is a Cobham kid defender who should be sold, and it's Chalaba.
outside of the Brighton game, which I don't even put on him fully because he got chucked into that situation in a fuck situation.
Correct.
Every game he played centre back to start the season in the league. Palace dominated, Liverpool dominated, Sunderland dominated, Forest dominated, kept a clean sheet.
Thank you.
He scored. Wait, did he score for us?
Scott, name the strikers he went up against, by the way.
Mateta, Isak,
Taiwan.
who Sunderland was.
Did he go?
And
Isak. Yeah, you said Isak. Sorry.
Yeah,
Isak. I think Wood was the striker at the time for when we played Forest as well.
No, it was Awani that played up top in that game.
Oh, fair enough.
Physical strikers, quality strikers he went up against. Like, do people not like if we had? And I don't even rate Senesi highly, but if Achingfong was playing with Senesi tonight, do you think that mistake happens?
No, but do you know what the thing is, bro? That mistake probably happens if you have some other young centre back, because that's the type of mistake. The thing he did after the handball is the type of mistake you make when you're young, because like it's one of those moments of you just expect the goalkeeper to come and claim it, and that's not me saying it's not Sanchez's fault. He just expects the goalkeeper to come and claim it, and it's an error in judgment on his part. But you make those errors in judgment at 18, 19. I'd expect Sarr to make the same level errors in judgment. I'd expect Houston to make the same levels errors in judgment. Yeah. I'd expect Jacquet to make the same errors in judgment because they're young centre backs. They will make those kind of errors. But yeah, like
and that's why I say like common knowledge.
And
young
the thing is, Scott, right?
And the hope is, by the way, the hope is he like takes that and learns from it. The thing is, though, he's going to end up like we're not going to see him now until a month time, 2 months time.
Do you not think he might not play in the FA Cup?
How can he hold on? How does he learn from this though? He doesn't play games. So the next time he plays in a month's time, he'll probably end up making an error because he hasn't played in a month.
But when he does next play, it will probably be a right back.
Oh, here it is.
We'll allow Fofana to make a mistake, say next game, and then make the game after, and then play himself back into form. Chalaba can play himself back into form, so people will look like, oh, he's amazing now.
No, I don't disagree with you. That Fofana point is real because I swear when Fofana was getting done up in Napoli, I did not see him getting cooked as badly as this.
Yep. But it's also a result-based analysis. We ended up winning.
But everyone went and cooked Hato against Carrier Bag and said we should never see him again. Why are we cooking the actual young talents? But the older guys, nothing. We have to defend them. Fofana's our best centre back. Why do we have to defend?
Good morning, Zombie.
Real quick, just to read a comment here in regards to the situation as well. If there's any contact, it should be disallowed. From my understanding, if there's any handball in the lead up to the goal, somebody needs to explain the rules to me. You say that it was unintentional. He's got me angrier.
The problem is I went and read it because I was confused. The rules are so sketchy on it because they are right in the sense of if it was it was unintentional, and if it's unintentional in the build up to a goal, not the goal scorer in the build up to goal, it's not a handball. The issue comes with what RSM said of it's like where his arm is in relation to his body. It's unnatural. So like, bro, it's one of those of like I can understand why it wasn't given, but at the same time, I'm kind of pissed it wasn't given. It's just one of those fucked ones because it's something you don't see often in terms of normally in that situation. Like if Bogle had scored, for example, that's getting called off immediately. Immediately because he's the goal scorer. Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those fucked things, and I think the only thing you could have called it back on the handball is the unnatural position thing because of where his arm was when it hit him. But yeah, unfortunately what Rosinha said is wrong based on the rules. I think the bigger issue then as well is like what you said, Marshall, the consistency more than anything. Like, ultimately, the rules are what the rules are. It's just the interpretation of the rules by the referees, and the consistency is the problem. Because the rules were kind of correct, again, outside of maybe the position of the arm. But yeah, it's just they're not followed in the same way every game, which is fucking frustrating.
And just for people in the chat, why we're still talking about Acheampong and all this and that, like, listen, the reason we lost this game, don't let anyone tell you. Someone literally said we lost this game because we didn't score enough goals. Okay, 2 goals isn't enough. Okay.
We didn't even.
The thing is, we lost because of our defense. And that's why we're talking about it, because it's the same issue we've had all season.
We also didn't lose, but it wasn't just because of our defense, though. Like, we're going to talk about the penalty? Like...
yeah, true. Moises. Yeah.
Like, Caicedo, who was having a good game, to be fair, up until that point.
He was having a good game, bro. That's stupid. It was needless, bro. Just let him shoot.
There's no need to make that challenge. Not even let him shoot, bro. I don't know who was the defender. It was either Chalobah or Josh. Was literally there defending him, bro. Like,
just let him take the shot. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was stupid. You're already behind them. It was no need.
Yeah, like that's
like it's an amazing angle. He stood 1-on-1. You had a covering defender, and Sanchez was there in position.
Yeah, it's just a stupid decision, and like that cost us as well.
The only way I can.
And this was my biggest worry coming out of the first half. Is I'm like, wow, that was the best half of football we've probably seen almost all season. Why did we only leave with 1 goal? That was my biggest issue, because I'm like, bro, I already know about us in second halves. I'm worried. And lo and behold, and this is exactly why it's
I mean, in the second half we still
what are we doing?
Okay,
hold up. Our forwards are not scoring enough goals. Bring to me, what are the last, I think, bar the Arsenal, I think we scored what, 3, 2, 3? Has that not been like our last couple of score lines? Like, what are we talking about? This is not on the forward line. The forward line.
I wouldn't.
What are we doing?
Not even just the forwards. We started 3 forwards in this game. Like, 2 of them scored. The only one that didn't barely touched the fucking ball based on what I saw in the first half.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was anything.
We didn't go down the right hand side a lot for Esteban.
Which was fine, because we were cooking down the left hand side, so I'm not pissed.
Yeah, we were funneling everything through Cucurella, and to be fair, it was working.
It was working. That's what I'm saying. It's just
and then when we made the subs, the lap probably should do better with the header, but it's the lap. I don't expect anything from him anymore.
João Pedro got better headers than the lap.
I was gonna say, bro, like I don't.
Bro, by the way, João Pedro, bro, my God, another 90 minutes where I'm just like, you fucking cooked, bro. Oh my God, bro.
But yeah, like I think I trust the youth striker more than I would the lap right now. And then Neto,
bring on what's his name, Shimweka.
I don't think Neto got in the box once. Like, he was just there to spam crosses. So, like, I can't really blame...
No, Gusto was the one going in the box on the right.
Yeah, I can't really blame the forward line for not getting goals this game, because of the 5 forwards that played today, 2 of them scored. And the other 3... Well, 2 of the other 3, I can legislate why they didn't score.
Scott, I was thinking as well, like, a lot of the Neto crosses, if Cucurella was maybe fit in there, he could have got a few headers in there. That was those typical crosses to Cucurella when he's like whipping them in.
I'll be real with you guys, and this is probably gonna come off as a hot take. I'm gonna be so real. I know today is on the defense, right? We literally had a moment where like everyone fell asleep, but to an extent, throughout that whole entire conversation, I was hearing for calls basically for Fofana to be dropped, for Chalobah to be dropped, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree they haven't been pristine and brilliant this whole season, but at the same time, I feel like we're being a little harsh. Also because we literally have no one else to go for. Because like if you drop either of those, then you're asking for Acheampong to start more, which I'm
fine with.
Which I'm okay with if there's someone else who isn't, because Acheampong's gonna make a lot more errors too. Like, this isn't the first or the last time. He's gonna make errors. That's how you learn in this position, right? But like, is he gonna make as much errors as Fofana? Probably more. Is he gonna make as much errors as Chalobah? Probably the same, if not more, because of the inexperience.
Yeah, but Marshall, you can't
like, these players
wait.
At least mitigate it a little bit. Go ahead, Oliver.
But Marshall, you can't weight the errors of an Acheampong versus a Chalobah and Fofana. They do not have equal value.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, Oliver, we need to win. And like, if you're asking for these players, I'm not saying you, but like, if people, the general consensus is we need to drop Chalobah, we need to drop Fofana. Like, first, I don't even agree with the Fofana one because I don't. Yes, he's not been fantastic, but I don't think he's been like literally single-handedly costing us games the same way like today, for example, Chalobah's mistake. You know, Chalobah against United, Chalobah against Brighton. Like, there's getting games where Chalobah single-handedly can help towards us conceding a goal, right? Where Fofana hasn't necessarily had those kind of mistakes or as many. So if you're asking for those guys to be dropped, then who are we replacing them with? Tosin?
But Marshall, we can see. No, well, this is the weird thing with Tosin, because like I don't want to see Tosin, but why don't we apply that same standard to Chalobah and Fofana, experienced players that make mistakes? Like,
okay,
Breaking news. Hold on, Ahmed. Breaking news. Roberto De Zerbi has been sacked from Marseille.
Yeah, I already knew about it ages ago.
Hell.
You didn't know that?
W.
Yeah, you already knew ages ago.
Wait,
Sorry.
I thought he already resigned like 2
No,
weeks
he
ago.
tried, but
He tried initially.
He tried.
But he got
Wait,
sacked.
so
But then he got
wait, Marseille
But then he
literally
got
went like,
spanked
yo,
5-0, bro.
You're not
Bro.
rejecting us, we're rejecting you, bro.
that's not me. They've got to pay a compensation to him now.
That
For that.
PSG loss was so bad, bro. I was watching.
But it was
that
egregious,
shit
bro.
live.
It was egregious, man. They
Bro.
got spanked.
They genuinely got belt to us. But listen, you know what, Marshall? You are correct, actually. I mentioned you're going to say something here that I don't see often. Marshall is correct. The problem is right now, yeah, and I'm going to put it this way. The fan base, and to an extent these directors, bro, they just want to win now. That's what it is, bro. There is a need for top four from the director's point of view, objectively speaking. And then there's also a need from the fan base, because the fan base is tired of waiting. As well, the fan base is tired of waiting for to do, obviously, because like they're like, oh, we need to be winning now, stuff like that, and all these other stuff, right? So this is where the problem comes in, right? When you're trying to play maybe in a Chimpong, even a Mamadou Sarr who just come in, there is a very fine. There's little give and go, if that makes sense, right? The fans are not necessarily going to be willing to give him the time to be making these mistakes, to be making these errors. That's again, what I have to go back to again is
You guys will get real tired of it real quick if it keeps happening game in after game.
All I have to look at again is
Bro, we
Levi
spend all the time
Cole.
anyway. I don't care.
No, I know, but again,
Hold on. Before you go to Ahmed, I'm sorry to interrupt. Literally, last game against Wolves, it was brief, but we sat here for a moment and actually gave praise to Chalobah for having a brilliant performance. So I don't want to put out a narrative pretending that, but Leeds is also a promoted side. Oliver?
No, Wolves is not a promoted. It's not about being promoted or not. Leeds are much better than Wolves. That's just a fact.
I understand that, but regardless, like, you still have to put up good displays. You know, like when you have them, you got to give it. You have to give the praise the same way you got to give the criticism when it's there,
bro. And this is why, by the way, if you look at the interviews, because I was just taking a look at them, bro. Senior is absolutely pissed, by the way. Because I was saying, like, if you look at the interviews that Senior did, by the way, like, I was just taking a quick look. Like, you need to look at his face. He's fuming, bro, because he got everything right. We were cooking him, yeah. And then the defense falls asleep. And he even said too, yeah, he said this. He's like, listen, at least finish the play, kick the ball away, and then ask for the handball. But the fact this is why I blame Chalobah, bro. First of all, Chalobah once again failure. By the way, once again, Chalobah failure to read a ball in the air. By the way, when I just looked at the play again, he just completely misses the ball in the air. And then when the handball happens, he stops running. He slows down to put his hand up, and then the Leeds player just keeps barreling into the box. Achipong is already behind him because Achipong obviously assumed this ball is going to bounce. He's not going to control it with his arm. So it's like, bro, it's so, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just so obvious that we cannot afford. And I think what really killed us is if at least Reece was not ill for this game, we could have subbed off Kukurea and subbed on Reece, and we wouldn't have died like this. I'm telling you right now.
Bench, bro.
Or you could have taken Gusto off and put Reece on and still had.
I just checked RSM. He wasn't even on the bench.
But that's my point. That's my point. That's my point. I'm not saying you could have taken Kukurea off, and that would have been fine as long as Reece came in, because now there's at least a leader in the back. Bro, the backline just falls asleep. It's insane. Yeah. And it's like, and this is why I feel, because Palmer was actually having a good game. The miss is horrific. It's the miss of the season. I don't think I've seen a worse
no
miss.
one's talking about that if we don't concede those 2 goals.
It's either that or Garnacho versus Brentford. It's one of those two.
But for me, context of the game makes this worse. Like, Like Gusto back heel, Caicedo running in the box, he puts it across.
Yeah.
It's 2-2. Like last minute of the game, and you missed it. Like it was a 0.91 XG miss. Like that it was bad, bro. But
Brian,
regardless
what
of
are you
that,
say, because I
we shouldn't have been in the position.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Marshall, what was your point? What you were saying?
My point is that, like, we're asking for, like, Fofana and Chalobah to be dropped, but, like, one, our directors put us in a shitty position where, like, the depth isn't that much better. If we want to bring in Acheampong to start more minutes consistently, even after mistakes, because we're saying Chalobah makes a mistake, but he still starts the next game. Fofana makes a mistake, but he still starts the next game. Okay, fine. Then I'm okay with Acheampong starting the next game and playing him into form and having him get comfortable. Like, because I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, he doesn't play enough to be consistent or even good consistently when he does appear. That's unfair to Acheampong. But at the same time, if you guys are okay with him making a mistake and getting a start game after game with Acheampong, because of the inexperience, I'm sorry, he is going to make a lot of mistakes and it's going to get very tiring very quick. I'm going to be so real with you.
No, he's also going to learn. Hold on, Scott. Yeah. He's also going to learn because you're assuming the mistakes he's going to make are going to be as frequent as what Fofana and Chalobah make mistakes.
I was going to say, and again, Marshall, we keep seeing mistakes from our centre-backs the whole season. We're not going to act like we didn't watch Fofana strip for Rasmus Højlund for 45 minutes against Napoli. We're not going to do that, because I watched that with my own two eyes. I watched him strip for Rasmus Højlund, not even for 45, for a good 60 minutes, until Chalobah was in there, and it made it easier for him. Like, we're not going to do that. We watched Chalobah and Tosin get dunked on by Brian Robbie. So we're not going to do this. Oh, but if Josh makes mistakes, we've seen mistakes from every fucking centre back.
I hear it for Chalobah. I don't hear it as much for Fofana because honestly, like,
why, bro? Why are we going to act like Fofana hasn't had moments this season where he has looked like a bum? Like he has looked like
the other one besides the Napoli.
It's because he doesn't play as much, so you don't see it as much. But game by game, like on average, it's about the same.
But like, okay,
Marshall, do you think Fofana has been better than Chalobah this season? He hasn't.
100%, 100%. When you look at errors leading to goal, it's Chalobah and Tosin is the main culprit. Tosin's number one, but Chalobah's right there, right behind him.
I agree. Chalobah's obviously made more errors, but when you look at our best centre back performances between those two, who's played better? No one can lie to me and say
because I would say Chalobah, but I think it's Chalobah because he's played more than Fofana this season.
No. I said look at their best centre back performances. Who has played better?
So take each of their best performances of the season and pit them against each other.
Okay, for example, right? I'll give you an example. We looked at the Barca game, how amazing we were, right? I came on here and I said this here. I said this on Mike's channel. I said this on Sarcasm City. Chalobah was better than Fofana that night. Chalobah was the one who actually had to do work. He pocketed Lewandowski. Fofana had nothing to do in that game, not much to do in that game. So I didn't give him. I was really
going to highlight that game specifically.
But what did
and
Fofana
I would even
do
say like the Arsenal game where we conceded at the very end of the game.
That was.
I guess Marshall. The argument here is, I think that you're misunderstanding is that we're not necessarily arguing you drop both Chalobah and Fofana at the same time, right? I guess the more clear argument is the fact that if our center backs, right, no matter who we put in, is going to be making errors, then we should at least give that opportunity to the younger player with talent so he can learn from his errors, play week to week, and get better. Yeah,
he needs to be part of that
rotation. The issue then becomes obviously the argument: who deserves to be next to him week to week?
But okay, and that's the other thing too. I'm going to bring up this comment because this is a good point. Surely that means Mamadou Sarr gets a run out in the next game.
Cool. Then that's fine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah.
That's absolutely fine. If Mamadou Sarr makes mistakes, we're gonna have the same fucking conversation again.
Yeah,
because
but the thing is,
who by the way has been making these kind of mistakes regularly for Strasbourg this season. I watched the Monaco game where he got done for at least one of the goals. There was the game, Ahmed, you'll probably know this. There was a game recently. He was responsible for the game winner the other team scored. Like,
and the thing is, right?
What we're not going to do is that like these young centre backs don't make mistakes on a consistent basis. They're going to. The issue you've got as a team, because of the way you've built this team, is all our centre backs are mistake ridden because they're either just not good in some cases or they're young. So it's pick your poison.
And
just pick your
it's more-
poison, and I'd rather pick the poison of, like Prime said earlier, guys that are going to learn with enough game time. We are talking about a centre back. I'll remind people that hasn't actually played a game at centre back in a month, which was 14 minutes, and hasn't started a game at centre back in nearly 4 months. And you're expecting him to come in and be immediately no mistakes, amazing, perfect, brilliant, Mr. Fantastic, wow, super good.
Like for me personally, if people ask my opinion until the end of the season, I'd go Sar and Achimpong. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen. So the fact that you had that what?
No, go on. I want to let you
The
finish.
fact that they even recalled Sar, you've got to play Sar with Chalobah then, if that's the case, until the end of the season.
Exactly. It has to be like an experienced pairing because
Wait, no Fofana over Chalobah?
I did know.
Chris, I agree with you. I think it should be Fofana because
Like,
I think Fofana's more of a
actually
leader
don't
back
think
then.
Chalobah
Chalobah.
was
I'm sorry.
amazing like this either, and he does make his mistakes, but
I
don't
think
know.
they're, to be fair, I think they're both as bad.
okay.
They're both ass. But, like, I don't know. Like, again, I'd still go with Achimbong and Sar. But regardless, if you are going to do it, you've got to have Sar playing. And then just pick one of Fofana and Chalobah. Because even Colwell, he's also young as well. I know he was starting to, like, pick up great form and look great towards the back end of the season and the Cup World Cup and stuff. And Chelsea fans love to do this savior complex of when the player's injured and act as if he's going to save us when he comes back. But if he had been fit this season, maybe he keeps his level he was showing, or maybe he drops off and shows maybe he's not good enough either. The fact that he's now injured, when he comes back, he's not going to look great straight away. It's going to take him a while to build back up to what he once was. We shouldn't have to rely on Colwell.
No,
And
but we're
he's-
gonna. I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah,
Needed him.
but it's going to look bad when he comes back because he's not going to be.
No, it's Josh's fault, mate. We're not signing a centre
He's
back.
not going to be back to his full
Yeah.
form either when
Like-
he comes back, I know.
And the thing is, even if you want to build with young centre backs, I'm cool with that. That's why I said at the start of the season, keep at Sar, keep Anselmino, Achimpong, Colwell, and let them play together and make mistakes together and learn. That's a better idea than keeping 3 experienced players and tossing Fofana and Chalobah and them making mistakes and not learning.
I ain't gonna lie. Like if we see
Oh, we're
all
not
those
doing
guys
this
play
fucking
at the
bullshit,
same,
bro. I'm gonna start beefing with people in the chat. We're not doing this fucking bullshit either. Trying to this brain dead single digit IQ fucking behavior,
I
trying to
didn't even
blame
read the
players
comment.
why
What's
we
the
couldn't
comment
sign
say?
centre backs. No, I did this fucking brain dead behavior, man. Oh, it's Chalobah's fault we didn't get a centre back in the summer. How's it fucking
Okay, I
Chalobah's
just
fault?
read the comment.
These guys looked at one centre back. No, these guys looked at one centre back. He went to Roma just so they went, no, we don't need no one else. Oh, it's Chalobah's fault. Get the fuck out of here with that
It's the
bullshit.
player's fault.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Piss
crazy.
me off, man.
Yeah,
It's fucking
I mean,
nonsense.
for
The thing
agenda
is-
purposes, yeah, I blame Chalobah, but in reality, no, it's the ownership. So
But the thing is, like,
I don't know if he bought players and sold
if
them.
this was Dortmund, and even Dortmund doesn't do this, like, I'm not putting 2 young center backs in my back line over and over and over again. That's just asking for trouble. I'm sorry. Like, because even today, like we were saying, the leadership that Chalobah lacks is part of the problem as to why, like, when players like Cuckoo come off, that we capitulate games like this. What am I going to expect when it's 2 youngsters? Like,
But,
it has to be a balance. It has
I
to be.
expect them to be they're better players.
They're better players, but they're also going to make mistakes. And I'm sorry,
Yes.
after a while, we're not going to have a manager past November if they keep making mistakes and keep playing these players.
But for bro, everyone makes mistakes.
You're muted, brother.
Marshall,
still
it's
muted.
like Marshall. It's like saying like, "Hey, I'm the new kid in the job. I've only been here a few months. You've been here 10 years. If we're both if we're both making mistakes in our job, brother,
I just don't think the frequency of mistakes, like, you got to mitigate the amount of mistakes. At the end of the day, that's a situation, right? Where, like, okay, remember last season, we were saying, like, okay, Sanchez keeps making mistakes, but so does Jurgensen. Every time Jurgensen plays, he seems to make a mistake. At least Sanchez, every 3rd game, perfect game. So, like, you got to mitigate it at some point.
Bro,
With
by the way,
Achimpong-
sorry, I just have to again
Wait,
go back
that
to
has
go back to
nothing- what does that have to do with this, though, Marshall?
I'm saying
Can I just go
talking
back
about
to
mitigating mistakes, and you got to play players that. Okay, you're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna make a mistake. You make a mistake less frequently than he does.
Okay.
But
And I'm not
that's not
saying
even
you shouldn't
true.
play the
But
inexperienced
Marshall,
players, but you
that's
have
not
to
even
pair them up
true,
with
though.
experienced
That's
players.
not even true because they don't. There's no sample size with Achingpong.
There is.
No, there isn't.
Brighton, when he
It's not
yes, there
comparable
is.
at all.
One
That's not-
fucking
no,
game.
Marshall,
Are we talking
that's
one
not
game,
how,
bro?
Marshall, that's not how you do a sample because Chalaba and Fofana will make a
See,
mistake.
this is why,
make
like,
a
I'm not
mistake.
for or against Achinpong,
No,
but I'm just trying to be
Marshall,
neutral on this, and I gotta pull up the stats.
Yeah, but Marshall, you know why that's not a sample size? Because Fofana and Chalaba will make a mistake.
It's not a sample size because they said one game and you guys didn't let me
Hold
land.
on.
That's why it's not a sample
Good
size.
game. No, but Achimong doesn't have sample sizes because he doesn't have a run of games. By the way, I said what I would do is play the 2 young kids. I didn't say a manager should do it. It's what I personally would do. Realistically, though, what should happen is Sar and then one of Fofana and Chalaba take your pick, depending what side of the pitch
agree with that.
Sar's going to play on, I guess. But what I would do, yes, I would take the risk with the 2 young players because at least they're better because they're not experienced, but the experienced guys are not better than the inexperienced guys.
People aren't asking for Rosinia to give the keys of the kingdom to Josh. It's about just like fair and equal opportunity.
Yeah, but what we've learned from Racine so far is he's learning quickly on who isn't good enough and who is. So the way he's treating Garnacho, the way he's treating Neto, my hope
that's
is
funny, by the way.
Josh will actually
Bro.
be getting more games.
One bad
That's my
Garnacho
hope.
performance, he's like, yeah, Enzo, you're holding on the left wing,
Yeah.
gang.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I agree
Bro,
with that.
our second best left winger is Enzo Fernandez. I can't believe it.
He's fucking terrible left wing.
So yeah,
You're
I just
Josh,
think
you're
for
playing
me,
more games. You're gonna play more games now.
I think for me, the problem there's a dual issue here, right? I think that the main primary issue is that a lot of us are in this idea that we need top 4. Okay, we need top 4. We need to do all this now, and the manager is also under pressure to get top 4. By the way, let's not get that twisted. Okay, so he himself knows I have to play the best guys to be able to do that job for us. Now, of course, as a fan, as myself, would I want a champion to start over some of the guys that we have up front? Of course, right? But the thing is, because Maresca did this last year and this year, and it seems Rosinia is falling into this too, essentially, is that he's trusting the older players, bro, more and more, and the younger players less. That is objectively true. If we're being honest, and listen, I know it's not, and listen, I believe that the younger players are better than them. Okay, so than these guys. Believe you me, I am the advocate king of Young Player FC. But the reality is, the younger guys, the older guys are known quantities, bro. They're known quantities. You know what you're gonna get out of them. You know what they can't do, and you know what you can do. So you can at least work around that, and at least find a way, yeah, where you can at least try to put them in positions that's gonna help them out. It's the same thing that Tuchel did, yeah, back when he had him. He said he improved our players, of course, right? But he was able to know, I've got these guys. What are their strengths and weaknesses? How can I improve them? What can I do positionally to help these guys be better players? That's all it is. And I think Marshall is right that unfortunately, if you're trying to go for top 4, playing a Chempong and playing Mamadou Sarr, unfortunately, is not the way. We're not gonna make it out of the hood like that, man. Okay,
because I agree with what you're saying, by the way.
And I think for me, the only way that the only time an Chempong and Sarr could have worked again is under pot season because there was no flipping. What's it called? Priorities on that other.
There are no midweek games, and you could focus on training. Because that's the other part too. The training, the coaching.
Yes.
This guy can't focus on this. He just played a game 2 days ago. Like at some point, the players got to rest.
To be fair, after Hull, we have 8 days, bro.
Yeah, and after the international break, things slow down, which I hope that's time for Rosinia to actually be able to sit down and coach Achinpong, Sarr, Hato, all these guys. The fact that they're even doing as good as they are, honestly, is kind of a miracle. And it goes to show how talented these players are.
It's almost as if he shouldn't have driven a manager out and hired a new one that has its own nuances in his tactics.
Again, I think this whole conversation is not a moot point, but I want to go back to the comment from earlier. This whole conversation comes about again
Logic, you just
because
gotta
of the
find the other stream. Go on my channel and you'll find a regular stream. Just you clicked on the mobile one. There's a regular stream.
The lack of centre back options and the lack of progress at centre back is because of the lack of what's it called, investment. Does anyone know how much we've invested on centre backs under this ownership? Does anyone know how much we've spent on centre backs?
Wait, let me take a guess. Since
250.
In excess of 200 million.
No, since that January window where we started signing guys. I'm not talking about the summer window. I'm talking from January onwards.
Okay, so not for Fafana, everyone else.
Less than 100
Oh,
mil.
I'm still
Less
saying
than 100
250.
mil.
No, 250.
So everyone except for Fafana and Koulibaly, that's basically
I think
it.
it's been 80 mil. That's
Wait.
that's it.
Actually, no, I fucked up. Yeah, 100 and...
It's either
No, 'cause, like,
80 or 150
No,
mil.
I reckon 100. Like, wait, does Badiashile?
It was about 80. It was about 80 for Badiashile plus Disasi. Chalobah's academy.
Gusto's in there.
Are we talking centre backs or defenders
No,
overall?
I said centre backs. I said centre backs.
Oh, center backs then.
How much is so?
Yeah, it's probably the price. Mamadou
We
Sarr, you want to
spent.
count
We
that?
have
It
spent
was-
across what 8 windows, 7 windows, 101 million on centre backs. We have spent nearly the equivalent of just Garnacho and Gittins, who we bought in one window, on centre backs since they've been here. And we're talking about players being the issue why we can't get centre backs. We're talking about, oh, this player's starting and that player. Brother, we have neglected this position for every fucking window outside of one.
And when we did spend money, it was Badiashile and Disasi.
Again,
But I was
I
going to
think we
say,
need to
brother,
realise.
hold on, Marshall. Of that 101 million, 39 million of that is Disasi.
Shout out to Disasi today, man. Great job. Have you also
Big up the sausage.
What happens when you invite girls in your place? You get a takeaway, you get a Nando's.
Invited
I don't
the
know if you
ladies today when United. Bro.
that's-
I just wanted to say
black
really
for me.
quickly. I don't know if people know this. I'm being serious when I say this, by the way. I have officially brought for 30 British pounds sterling a signed Chelsea Disasi kit.
Can you kick him?
Come
Can you
in.
kick him?
It's
Can you kick him?
Thursday.
Can you kick him, bro?
Thursday, baby.
Can you kick him?
I'm not kidding.
Can you kick
I'm
him?
just gonna
Marshall,
wear
can you
the
kick him,
I'm
I'm
please?
not even kidding. I'm actually not kidding, RSM.
Is that straight red? Wait.
No, I know you're not
Can't
kidding.
give
That's
him
why
a
you
red
gotta
for
go,
that.
bro. That's why you gotta go, man. That's why you gotta go,
red.
bro.
That's a straight red. That's crimes against football. That's crimes
Exactly, bro.
against
Like, what do you
football.
mean? A sign,
That's
and he's
disgusting.
cheesing signs.
I
and
hope
everything.
the money. The only
supporting the
redeeming
club
thing is
legend.
that I hope the money that they got from your purchase goes to charity. That's the only redeeming thing, bro.
Nah,
What wallahi? What are we doing, bro?
He's supporting the
And I don't
club
say
legend.
wallahi that often. What are we doing, bro?
It's weird
I'll let
because
you back in a minute.
Ahmed commits a lot of haram. The Sarsi now, what Havertz.
It was Gallagher,
You
Havertz.
didn't hear it in the Discord. He was crashing
Did I?
on Cuckoo. He was crashing on Cuckoo
Yeah,
for
he's
not being
crashing
on
on
the pitch.
Cuckoo
Of course he
there,
was.
man. And he,
One of our
he
best
would have
players.
helped us.
One of our best players in the first half.
I don't.
Disrespectful.
I know Cuckoo. I know.
Of course he crashed on Cuckoo.
By the way, can we please move on from the fucking centre backs, bro, and talk about something?
Yeah,
else?
no. I mean, I wanted.
I mean,
to
there's
bring this up.
there's a
Can we
lot
talk
of
about João
things to
Pedro?
talk about in the first half, but
Hang on, can we talk about Andre Santos at some point as well?
Yeah,
I,
please.
I guess Marshall wants to get through all the bad first because this is the last bad that we can really talk about.
Yeah, I literally.
I would say it's the,
messaged
I would
30
say
minutes
it's the
ago.
last bad, but it's probably the biggest bad.
One of them.
Oh,
Like,
this one. It's such a
yeah.
shame because this was actually a better game from last game.
Bro, look, but bro, like Gusto
I won't
finally did something amazing in the final third.
I won't even let you praise your boys, your boy Ahmed, because your boy did have a good flick here.
Look at
The
that,
only,
bro.
the
So
only
nice.
good moment in 96 minutes of football. Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Gusto. That was Gusto, wasn't it?
And I need to find a better quality version.
Oh
of
my
this.
god,
There's
bro.
some nasty pitches.
There's
some
another
nasty
angle
pitches.
where you can see it from like the goal cam.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, he gets contact on the ball, but his foot is so under it, he skies it, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that the one from like side on is the best view. You
I
see
couldn't- I
how he
couldn't
hits
believe it
it,
either.
just where it goes.
Yeah, bro, like, cause at first I'm like, oh, like, did it hit his shin or something? Like, no, he got his foot on it. He just skied it, bro. He got so.
I
under
don't
the
think
ball.
he. I don't think. Obviously, it's a split second thing, but I don't think he expects the ball to bounce as early as it did. So by that point, it's too high.
Ankle. I think it hits the top of his. Like, I think it hits his
also,
ankle.
did you see Palmer's comment?
Let me just make this clear real quickly, yeah. We're not rating that Malo Gusto flick. We're not rating that, bro.
Oh, we're not
Send
rating
him back.
The
I'm
one
gonna
good
make
thing
a-
he
Send it
does,
back
and
to
you don't
Leon.
want
For his standards, we might as well.
I give you the
For his
platform to
standards.
cook And what do? You burn the dish, bro.
Send it back to Leon, man.
Sacre bleu.
Send it back to Leon. Thank you.
Honorable trainers are.
Real Madrid, I need you to lock in. I need Real Madrid to lock in.
Why the hell would they
It's better
want
than Caracas, man. Lock in Real Madrid.
Shut up, man.
They can just go out and buy Scout Bella.
You know, Chris, man.
Yes,
Why are you
fucking
talking,
criminal,
Chris? You know, Chris is actually like. By the way, Chris is a Fed. By the way, guys, you know why
I'm a
Chris is
Fed.
like a. You know, Chris is a snitch. He's a Fed. He's a snitch. Do you know why? Because he's happy because 3 of his Welshmen today got a draw against Chelsea.
Well, I said
So,
fuck.
you know what I mean? You know
what
what I
was
mean?
his name?
He's got Dan James. You know Dan James, Rondon.
The one who Esteban
you know what I
pitched
mean?
anyway. I said fuck
You know
that guy.
what's it called?
Rodon,
The Welsh Palo. You know what I mean? Ethan Ampadu.
Oh yeah,
you
that's
know
just
what I
me
mean?
just joking, man.
You know,
Welsh
don't
Rude
worry,
Hullet.
man.
Welsh Rude
That
Hullet. Welsh
for
Shabby,
Chris.
man.
Can you get a yellow card for that, Marshall? He's calling a guy that's literally drawn against us. Yeah, and Ethan Ampadu.
Chris,
You know,
was
by
it
the way-
intentional? Was it intentional?
Do you know what's nuts, by the way? I didn't even realize until they said it on commentary. He was here for 6 years.
Yeah, he didn't. He's been here for time, bro.
Ampadu? Yeah, he
Yeah,
was here for a
Ampadu.
while, bro. He was here for a while.
6 years, bro.
They didn't really give him a chance. They didn't really give him a chance.
Oh yeah, we just kept on sending him on loan, really.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
Remember
Ampadu-
he was playing for like relegation Italian teams, wasn't he?
I think
No, so he
Ampadu
played
was
for
here
he played
since
for
Conte.
Leipzig. Well, he went to Leipzig and never played. He went to Sheffield United and didn't really play. He went somewhere else. I can't remember. But yeah,
That's
do you
shit
know
as
what
hell.
jokes?
Venezia,
He was
whatever, Venezia.
he was 1 year off matching Drogba's time here.
That's
Damn.
crazy. But you know,
Oh my
you know what's
God.
funny? You know what's funny, Scott? I think Ampadu came in under Conte, you know, isn't it? Or did he come in under
Probably
Sarri?
did. I know we signed him from Exeter.
It was-
I don't remember when.
Yeah, it was
I remember-
Conte.
Yeah,
I think he debuted under Sarri.
Yeah, he came in under Conte. I know that he won the Europa League with us because he, much like Gallagher, actually, they've got like some random honorary Europa
We
League,
used Ampadu at right
medals.
back at times.
Yeah, we did. I don't know if you know that, Marshall, by the way. Both of them have got him, RLC.
Nah,
and
bro. Okay,
Cotrone.
okay. Hold up. This is something I have to say. There's no way he could have walked in with the ball. Look at the amount of pace and bounce that it had on it, bro.
Yeah, bro. He couldn't have walked in with the. He could
had
not.
to. He had to hit it first time. He just got so under it. That's really what it is. He got so under it. That is that simple, man.
You know what, guys? I thought this is a channel where we don't make excuses for top players.
I'm not. What
No, look, and
excuse
this
am I
is what I'm
saying when I
saying, by the way,
literally
look,
said he
look at
didn't
the
make
way-
good, like no, this
by
is
the
what I'm
way, look
saying.
at the
Get
way
Ahmed
he
out of here, bro.
kicked
Please get Ahmed out of here, Ben.
By the way, this isn't an excuse for Arsenal. This is what I'm saying. But look at the way he
Just
kicked it. It comes
genuinely
off like his-
drooling at the screen, bro.
It comes off like his ankle. By the way, like he doesn't get a proper connection on it.
That's what I'm
Which
saying.
I'm not
He
saying
didn't
is-
connect well with it.
What are you giving me
Yellow
yellow
for
for?
Ahmed. Foul play. Foul play.
He already has a red.
I think
What is
Gamasa
this?
the same time, man.
He's got a red and a yellow in one game.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Double
Like,
red. He could get double
what
red.
is
Double red.
World record, bro.
I think listen.
4
at the end
games
of the day,
suspension,
Cole
4
Palmer.
games
For
suspension.
me personally.
no, he
listen,
sold. He sold. He
for
just sold.
me,
That's it.
Yes, he just choked. Let's keep
He
it.
sold.
He
Yeah.
sold, choked, whatever you want to call
sold.
it, he choked. I'm not here to find out the reason as to why he choked or sold. At the end of the day, bro, he has to do better there. That's the standards that I hold him to at this team.
No, that's fair. Like, I can't even.
No, you're not
can't
wrong.
even
You're not wrong.
Did
But
you
that's what I'm
see
saying.
his comments,
It's
though,
like
by
it's
the
so
way?
unfortunate because actually I think this was his first time in forever having like a decent 90 minutes before this happened. It was decent.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you couldn't tell he's had a groin injury today. He was moving like really well.
I'll tell you,
This
today,
game and the
I was
last
like,
game, he looked like
okay, bro.
he's been great. Like he's been like excellent.
Yeah, but
both games.
this killed it, bro. Like I can't
He's
talk about
probably
your
excited to play with Esteval and Pedro.
bro, because
blame
when we
him.
talk about
Look
the
at-
attack, by
look
the
at the
way,
dog
we
shit he's
talk about
been
the
playing
attack,
with.
we will talk about that front three, by the way. When we get to the attack, they will be spoken about because of my God, bro. We were moving flow state that first half.
Yeah, no, their attack was great, and I think Palmer, like you said, was amazing today.
Yeah.
Looked comfortable in the number 10, which we haven't seen like basically anything of this season.
He was also on the
Really?
left side there, his first goal.
Even the left hand side.
He was
I didn't.
so he was
I
on
didn't
the left off the ball, but on the ball he was number 10.
No, he wasn't left off the ball. He was comfortably on the ball.
He was on the right. He was on the right, and then when Neto got subbed on, he was on the left side.
No,
Primarily.
it was when what's his name came off. It was when Santos came off and Delap came on. He went to left wing because João Pedro went in the number 10. And to be fair,
Oh no, I mean, yeah.
I didn't like the idea of it because obviously I want to see Palmer more on the ball inside, but it kind of worked in terms of he was actually still having good moments, and like getting chances to cross, which was good. And I'll be honest, him left wing was better than Enzo left wing. Like,
Yeah.
brother, that watching that is a crime. Like, I again, I understand why he's there, but Fucking Christ.
But I don't even think this is the issue. Is like I don't think like he's just not a winger. Like really, what happens
No,
in the
he's
game
not.
is he tucks in. It becomes more of like a left mid, and then Cucurella is holding the width for him.
Yeah, it worked, and that's why it kind of worked in the first half, and then second half when obviously Cucurella came off and
Yeah,
had
but Cucurella came off, and it's just Enzo as a lone winger. Yeah, it was cooked.
Died, bro. It's
It was
just
cooked,
yeah.
bro.
But no, but yeah, Palmer was excellent
Yeah,
against
he
them.
actually
Like,
played
that's
90
it.
minutes as well. Yeah, he started. And
Yeah.
played, yeah. First
Yeah,
half.
Oh, that
and
miss
listen,
was right at the end, yeah.
Okay, can we talk about? And I want to talk
For
about
his
the
sake,
two
I wish he
Brazilians,
didn't
bro.
now.
The two Brazilians need their flowers. The two Brazilians need their flowers, man.
Oh, Santos. Yeah, I don't think Santos.
We
was
need
that-
to.
Oh,
We need to, bro.
Santos,
Santos
brother.
was
Oh
absolutely-
my.
I think we're done with the bad. I think we're done with the bad because I need to speak about what
No,
I'm
we're not.
excited for going
No,
forward.
Yeah, let's end on a
We'll
high.
talk about one more. It's just a quick touch on one more bad. We spoke about him earlier. Fuck me, Gusto's terrible. Just fuck me, Gusto. He's so bad.
Yeah, but that's just like
He's
that's
so
what I said.
bad.
That's what I said. If we had Reese, we don't lose this. But it's like it's just
That's
Gusto, man. I don't
that's
know.
all I want to say on Gusto. He's so bad. We can move on.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
wait,
about
wait.
it. Yeah.
Gusto's the only bad you want to speak on.
No. We already spoke on all the bad. This is
I was
just
gonna
like
say the only other bad I can talk about, like Enzo wasn't great. I think he was better in this game than he was in the last game.
That's not what I'm talking about.
brother. Like, what am I supposed to say about Neto and Delap? They came on as a sub. We already knew.
That's
we
Yeah,
not
were
what
down
I'm
to.
talking
we're an hour and a half in.
Move on.
We're an hour
No,
and a half
we're
in.
an
I
hour,
would
we're an hour and a
like
half
to talk
in.
about the positives.
We're put the fries in the bag. I want
That's
to talk
not-
about the good, please.
Bro, that's
Yeah, I
what
wanna
I'm
talk about
talking
the
about. That's not
If you want to hear the negative on Neto and Delap, there's like
I'm not
3
talking
streams
about Neto or-
back to
I'm
back.
not
What are we talking about then?
Well, let him land. Who's he talking about?
We're not gonna talk about Jermaine for that miss at the end.
What do you
We
think we've
just
been doing for the
talked
past
about it.
15 minutes?
Look at the screen.
So that's a yellow for not paying
You
attention.
you
bro.
get a yellow for attention span deficiency.
It's
Jesus
on the
Christ, man.
screen, bro.
It's literally on the screen.
He said I was better.
Ahmed literally rage baited me talking about, oh, we're making excuses for top players. All right, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys
bro.
made-
But
RSM, Mubasan.
Sorry. I remembered.
What's going on?
What is he doing?
Yo,
Now.
this
What
game
was
is
that?
getting out of
This,
hand.
what
You
is
better
this?
have something good,
Oh my
bro. I
God.
have the
Yo, some
whistle
people
in
really
my
want to be
hand.
negative, you know.
There was someone
Blow it, just blow
else
it.
he forgot
Pause.
about.
Actually, that's a
There
mad
was
sentence.
someone he forgot about.
Oh.
There's someone we forgot about.
That's a
I almost want to give you a yellow just for not talking to your mic, bro. But go ahead.
No. Listen. Shout out to my fellow skin tone mandem. Midfielder. Moises Caicedo. Are you not gonna talk about?
Do you see how he's smiling, bro? Do you see how he's absolutely smiling? Look. He's not upset. By the way, he's not upset. Look at him smiling. He's cheesing. You see that? Look, pearly whites, whitening strip smile, bro.
I processed the draw already, so that's it. I've moved on now. But listen, can we actually talk about Caicedo, bro? Like the level of quality drop here that has been happening to him post.
He had a good game before the pen.
No, I'll be honest.
He was.
I'll be honest, bro. I'll keep it real, Marshall. Like I do genuinely feel like he's definitely there's been like we can see that there's been a decline. Even there's been times in the first half, bro, when I was watching him and like I would try to see him actually like make a pass, for example, right? And then I'd be looking at him and he's falling on the floor making the pass. I'm like, what's going on, bro?
That happened one time. But do you see what I mean? He's nitpicking, bro. He's nitpicking. Can we move on? I want to talk about the Brazilians, man.
So that Andre Santos could run, bro.
You know what?
Can-
No,
can-
listen, shout out to my boy Andre Santos, but we need to. I just feel like it's unfair for us here. We first has Enzo Fernandez week in week out whenever he's not.
Because Enzo's levels, when they drop, they're on the floor. Caicedo had a good game, bar the penalty.
I was gonna say he was good outside the penalty. I don't know what the.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like he's just trying to rage bait me. Can we just move on, please? Like he's genuinely just trying to rage bait me, bro. Can we just move on?
RSM, Mubasan, bro. Mubasan.
Thank you. Like outside the penalty, he was having a good game. I agree with you in terms of I would say like 5 games before Maresca got sacked, he was struggling. He wasn't having good performances. I agree with that. But what I will say though is that this is not the game to say, oh, he was doing this. He was doing well before the pen. It's just a stupid pen. But other than that, he was fine.
He was aggressive. His tackling.
All right, man. If you say so.
I'm not the only one saying so. You're the only one on that side of the fence.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you are.
before, like the Wolves game, he was.
Are we allowed? First of all, Marshall, that sound Ahmed made. You need to. That's a sound bite. You need to clip.
What did I?
Second of all,
It's just how
I
you
gotta go
sounded
back.
it.
I gotta VAR it.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
VAR
did.
it.
second of all, we're allowed to slander Caicedo now?
Yes, why not?
Open the floodgates wide
Every
open.
player is allowed to get lessons, bro.
Hey, that's crazy. I'm not gonna. That's crazy. It's crazy.
We're talking
Actually,
about
you know what? I'm not standing Caicedo now. I'm not doing that. Let's move on. Sorry. No, I'm not.
Please, RSM.
I'm not part of
Can you
this.
bring up? Do you have Sanso stats that we can put on screen to talk about that performance or no?
Yeah, I'll pull it over now.
It was like I saw like in game as well, like I think 40 minutes before he actually made his first like ever pass, but like 100% like accuracy as well.
Bro,
pass.
like
he was
I'm saying,
everywhere,
some of the
tackling
passes
and-
I was seeing from bro, I was standing up on I was clapping. I literally stood up, I was clapping, but I couldn't believe what I was seeing, man.
And by the
He's a
way,
guy who doesn't get the minutes either.
Marshall, on the Santos thing, this is a perfect example. You go back, I don't want to, but it needs to be said for this point, of what we spoke about earlier in terms of, like, guys at the back making mistakes and whatnot, and, like, they can't play, they're going to make mistakes. This is why you give guys time, because Santos's main weakness the whole season has been his passing. That's been, like, his short passing is calm. It's been those line-breaking passes, the medium to long-term passing. That's been his biggest issue since he's been at this club.
Wow,
and what has he
he's only
improved
had
on?
2 inaccurate passes in the game. Hold on.
Cool. What has he been improving on week on week, every game he's playing, is that medium to long-term passing, the line-breaking passes. We saw it in the last game with Gusto, where he plays the ball in behind and Gusto decides to shoot instead of squaring it. We saw it again this game. The ball's forward, the ball's into dangerous areas. He's now got to a point, and it feels mad to say this, he's now got to a point where he's probably better than Caicedo in terms of passing on a consistent basis.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
no probably he is better than Caicedo.
He is. Yeah, he's better.
And
at
this is
passing
a guy in
than
Caicedo who I'm like, he's not obviously like a De Bruyne, Cruz, and Enzo Fernandez when he's not trying to, hit balls and hit them out of play. This isn't like that level of passer, but he's still a competent passer. And yeah, Santos is like, his passing has now improved that much since he's been given game time and since he's been allowed to play. And I'd say the only other thing that annoyed me today with Rafinha is let him play the full 90. Like, I know you're chasing the game. He did not need to be the one that came off. Like, he did not need to be the one that came off in
And
that
he came
instance.
off for the lap, bro.
Yeah. And it's like, if you need to take a midfielder off, take off Caicedo because you're chasing the game anyway. Take off Enzo because he wasn't doing nothing. Like, I understand people will say, oh, but he's our top goal scorer, whatever, this, that, and the other. But he didn't create shit after what's-his-face came on. But yeah, like, he's just improved massively. Like, so much. And this is what happens when you play guys like this. If you're going to invest in this youth thing, let these guys play. Let Esteval play. Let Santos play. Let Josh play. Let, Hato play. Like, let these guys play. Because you don't know what they're going to be unless they play. They might be shit. If they're shit, they're shit.
I think that's the most jarring thing. We half-arsed this youth project thing. Like,
Yeah, I think
genuinely.
Yeah, exactly. But that's something that I've mentioned multiple times, right? The problem is, bro, we've gone 1 foot in for the project, the one foot in for what I would like to call ready now quality. You can't do both, bro. You have to either go balls deep.
Is it me or is he really low?
No, he is
He's
really
really
low.
Okay, yeah,
I don't
speaking
know if
to
you're
the
not
mic
talking
game.
to your mic or what's
I was
going
about
Is
to
your
say,
mic
like,
on? I'd say, is it on is the thing.
Oh damn,
Yeah,
they
it's
gave
on.
Enzo an 8. I thought Enzo was pretty good there
Maybe
as well.
if I switch.
Enzo is not an 8.
I don't think he's an 8. No, I do agree. I don't think
Wait
he's
a
an 8,
second,
but I
wait.
thought he's decent.
It wasn't even that bad. It's just,
Okay, how am I
yeah,
standing
he's
now?
No,
not a winger.
I was surprised in an 8.
This Enzo winger gimmick really needs to
Check
die.
to see you're actually using your mic in the settings. 'Cause
Scott, I think
maybe
I
you
think,
switched off.
I think the case is though you got
It's actually
Gittins
using my
and
Yeti one.
Garnacho on that
How
left
does that
wing.
now?
So
No,
We
it's
don't
still
even
the
have
same.
Gittins anymore.
Oh, 1 second.
wait, where's Gittins?
He's
Injured.
injured.
bro.
Torn hamstring.
He's out for the
Oh,
season. He's out for the
yeah,
season. Yeah, he's out for the season, bro. He's
tore
done.
his hamstring.
Yeah, he's never one in the line of injuries.
But yeah, no, Santos again, best midfielder on the pitch
Bro,
again.
he was oozing, bro. Oh my! I told you some of the passes. I literally stood up and clapped. I couldn't believe it, bro. It was crazy. Bro, I'm telling you, how long has it been, by the way, since we saw a midfielder find Palmer in those half spaces with just like a punched pass, just right through the heart of the midfield, bro. It was so nice to see, man. That's also part of why, by the way, I think Palmer had a good performance because Santos was constantly finding him in the pocket of spaces that we haven't done for months now, man.
And the other thing he allows us to do again, and I've spoken about this before, and I'm going to keep speaking about this, is he allows Caicedo to roam because he can be the guy that sits. He can allow Caicedo to just go and find the game, roam. And then the thing is with Caicedo is what you're going to allow him to do, which is weird to say for Caicedo because we've not really seen it yet, but the moments he's having that are kind of poor, he's going to end up being able to do more in games, to build his confidence more, build back that thing of like, because there were some moments today where the passing was off, but it wasn't a case of the pass he made was off and so it fucked us in terms of the counter attack or something, because he's the DM. He would make the pass and then you've got Santos behind him. So if you do lose the ball, it's calm.
Big up, Lewis.
So he can try those passes, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's fine, but you're putting him in a position where he can try that, and that's something he can work on, or he can become more consistent with. But yeah, and also this thing with Santos, by the way, this is why I'm going to speak on the midfield again. Esugo and Lavia need to leave in the summer, and you need to get at least one, if not two midfielders in, so these guys can play consistently, because we're seeing now, whether it is Enzo left wing, whether it's Enzo in the 10, whatever, this double pivot is our best double pivot on balance. For the balance of the team, fuck talent, for the balance of the team, this is our best midfield pivot. So I don't care what you have to do, what mountains you have to move, who you have to get rid of. If Esugo has to go to the farthest reaches of Siberia to get him out of the football club, so you have to, and same with Lavia, so you sign proper midfielders who will stay fit, it's worth it so you can play these guys consistently.
Yeah, he had a good game. Brilliant game.
I think Ahmed is speaking and his mic is off, so.
That's fine.
Ahmed's having a howler right now with the microphone. Because it was working fine before, all of a sudden he sounds like he's far away.
He's in Narnia, which is where we should send Lavia.
Yeah, we can't hear
It should be fine now. It should be fine.
Try to like actually tap it.
If you ask me though, I would
like
probably I would probably find Sugu alone before I get rid of Lavia though, to be honest.
I agree. I would loan out. Honestly, this sounds stupid because they've bought so many midfielders and they don't play some of the guys they've already bought. I'd send them to Strasbourg on loan.
I would, yeah.
But they don't play half the midfielders they've bought, so kind of a waste of time.
I don't know. It's one of those things where, for me, just because of the fact that we've also seen Reese go into the midfield at times, I just think we need to get rid of Isugu, and then that'll be probably more than enough.
No,
But then you need a competent right back up.
I was going to say you'd need a competent starter at right back for me. I'm sorry, Gusto. I've drawn the line in the sand. It's finished. It's finito. Brother is doing my nutting. Unless you're going to go and get someone like Douay from Strasbourg or someone else, bring Livramento back or something. I don't know. Like, I'm done with him. Right, and then you still have the issue of Reese can't play every game and Lavia is injury prone. So you're gonna run into moments like we have at the moment where there is no backup. So I would still want if you're going to keep Lavia, that's calm. But for me, I'd have Reece James as like the sixth choice midfielder in a pinch, and you still need another one. Like,
you haven't even seen a single play, and you're ready to get rid of the guy, though.
Marshall, he hasn't played a minute of football for us since the start of the season. He's not going to until March.
Sometimes it's not his fault.
Marshall, there's my point. My guy hasn't been fit for any point to play minutes for us from the start of the season till March.
Hang on, Marshall. This is exactly what we said when Lavia was injured under Poch. We'll give him to Maresca, but no, he's broken.
Okay, but Lavia is giving you 3 seasons of back-to-back injury prones, whereas Sugu's first season at Chelsea.
No, Marshall.
Ready to throw him out with the rest.
No, Marshall. This is after Pochettino. After his first season, when he was out for the whole season, he played 30 minutes.
Yeah.
No, and I get that. I wasn't ready to get rid of Lavia then.
No, he can't be in the squad and relied upon. He has to at least go out on loan. If not, then sell him.
That's the thing. Like me and RSM said, like ideally the best choice or the best case scenario is loan, so he builds that fitness elsewhere. Like send him to Strasbourg on loan. The other thing is I'm just on this mindset now. I am sick and tired of this like load management and conversation about the medical team shit on a regular basis when it comes to these players, and not having guys you can rely on, and having to bring on guys or play guys in certain positions that makes no sense. I saw before the game today, I think it was like a day or two ago, it wasn't even a predicted lineup. It was someone's lineup for this game with Gusto midfield and Josh right back. But what the fuck are we doing? That's what's happening because Lavia and Asugo are not fit. So I'm not doing this.
Also, Marshall, by the way, just for argument's sake, like the reason why I would want Asugo to go first is just because I rate Lavia's talent much more higher than Asugo's. That's about it.
again,
They're
like,
they're both very injury prone, man. I think we've
I-
seen like 2 seconds of Asugu.
we haven't even seen. Well, actually, we went over this already, right? Like
Club
he
World
hasn't
Cup
played a
was the last
single
time we
minute
saw
in
him.
the
saw him
Premier
for-
League.
I think
Then we saw him in the
10 minutes.
champs, and then he got injured in the champs. No,
No, he didn't. No, Artem, he hasn't played a minute for us since the start of the season. The last time he
Yeah,
played
I'm
for
pretty
us,
sure.
the
We
only
looked over-
time
we
he's
looked
played
at
for
it,
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time he's played for us is in the Club World Cup.
cool.
Yeah.
No, he
so
played
like,
for us this season off the bench against Liverpool.
No, he hasn't. But
no,
Prime,
he
No, he
hasn't.
didn't.
We
hasn't.
looked it up.
Correct.
We looked it up. It was
Who are you?
Mandela
Are you
effect.
talking about Lavia?
No, Asugo.
Asugu,
Oh,
Asugu.
Asugo. Yeah, I don't care about that guy. He doesn't exist to me. I'd get rid. I don't know why you guys are having an argument over one and the other. Get rid of both.
No,
We
that's what I'm
literally
saying.
just
I'd get rid of
talked about
both and get in at least one.
No,
if
but
not two
I
midfielders.
doubt. My argument though is I doubt that they would get rid of both. So if somebody
No,
is
they
on the
won't.
chopping block,
I
probably
doubt they'd
it's
get
gonna
rid of
be
either.
Asugu on alone.
So
Where
we're gonna
I'm
get rid
coming
of
I doubt
from
they'd get rid of
is
either.
where I'm coming from is that like I haven't seen Asugo play like consistently this season, and I only saw the beginning in Club World Cup where like I don't know what I can actually get from Asugo. Let's just say in hypothetical world, Asugo doesn't get sold this summer, and next season he's actually really shit. Then I'm gonna reflect and be like, you know what, we should have sold him when we did. But what if next season he actually ends up being a really good backup, like an Andre Santos type of backup, not the same position obviously, but he ends up being really good for us and he's over his injuries, then it's like, okay, cool, I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger. Whereas Lavi is now giving me 3 seasons of, okay, you are clearly an injury prone player. I think you need to go. I know he's a good player, but you can't get over this. And as good as you are, I'm sorry, 2-3 games out of the whole season is not enough for me to like, you know, justify keeping you in the squad. Whereas Asugo, I haven't even seen you play a minute. Yes, you have unlucky this season with the whole hamstring thing. Maybe next season you're fit, you don't have to worry about it, and you actually give me some good performances similar
that's
to the level
why-
of Andre Santos. But I haven't seen it
that's
yet,
why-
so I can't, you know, throw the baby out with the
That's
bathwater.
why-
Go ahead, Oliver.
That's why we're mentioning a loan as an option for Asugo and not
Yeah,
Lavia.
I don't agree. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, I don't.
Because Lavia has shown this over multiple seasons. Asugo's shown it for one season, but we can't dismiss that still. So we can't take the risk of him being in the squad next season. That's the whole point. If you want to bring him back after he's been good and fit somewhere else, then fair enough. If not, then we're back at square one and just sell him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just looked it up by the way, Prime, because you were asking, and we had this whole Nelson the Mandela effect. Premier League, FA Cup, EFL, and he's not even in Champions League because he probably wasn't even in the squad for a Champions League game. Asugo has played 0 minutes for Chelsea this season.
No, I was talking about Lavia. I thought you guys were talking about Lavia.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
Asugo
but
has
regardless,
played 0
it's
minutes.
weird that you guys is having this back and forth conversation. They both have to go.
I
And
think we're
on
pulling
this
the trigger
thing about-
too soon. The same thing with
and-
Anselmino, by the way. I think we haven't even seen him play for Chelsea, and some people
Anyways.
are already ready to pull the trigger on the player where it's like he's at least played
No,
more
but
than Asugo.
Asugu is not of the same talent as Anselmino.
I gotta head out, but before I head out, I just want to really praise Joao Pedro. I think he has really come into amazing form under Will Senior. The way that we're playing, he looks amazing, especially with the Palmer. I think they're developing a nasty 1-2 step. Even him and Estevao, the way they were playing off of each other, I think it was amazing. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing more of Joao Pedro. I think he already reached 20 GA for the entire season, which is a pretty good return. I think he reached
Bro,
10
he's on
goals,
fire
which
right
is
now.
Why is it Jackson fans, man? Let them know, RSM, man. Why is he Jackson fans? Marshall, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Tell him to hold bench in Bayern, man. That
Wait,
Anyways,
Ahmed, Marshall's not a Jackson fan. He's touchy.
No. He you know, Marshall decided to switch sides now, so we have to remind him.
he's on the
When
other
did
side.
Mar-
Anyways, listen, I think right now, Joao Pedro is up to 10 goals in the league, which matches his best ever season. And we still have 13 games left. I expect him to score a lot more, especially the run that he made again, chipping the keeper. I mean, we already saw that against PSG. It's just something that he has in his locker. I think those are the type of chances that you want your 9 being able to finish, and he did. I can't complain about his hold up, everything Lincoln play. I think, you know, probably if it wasn't Santos, I probably would have given him man of the match. I think he was excellent. Everything that we need in 9 that we've been looking for. So I just wanted to give Joao Pedro a bit of praise before I leave. But take care, guys. I'll see you.
Of course. We'll see you around, RSM.
Yeah, Joao Pedro's in the purple patch. Well done. But back to what I was saying. Isugu's not on the same talent as Anselmino.
That's fine. I don't know if I'm gonna call Joao Pedro a purple patch either, though. Because when you like, for
Start
me, a
of season,
purple
he was doing
patch
good as well.
means that like you go through a whole season and you have like 10, 13 games where you were good, and then the rest of the season you were irrelevant. I think João Pedro's had more. I think João Pedro, if you look at the overall season, he's had less bad games than good ones.
Can I also
I
point out,
disagree.
Marshall?
I
Can I also
disagree
point out something?
massively with that.
Like
most of
I
the
feel
bad
like
games
João
he had,
Pedro
most
from
of-
December and January was shit, and now we're finally seeing. Well, not even December, January, maybe like mid-November up until mid-January for like 2 months.
Brother, he was
stinky.
no, brother. He was crap in like in October as well. Like with with João Pedro, he was bad. He's been bad a lot of this season. Outside the like first 6 games of the season, and then like the last 5 games we've had recently.
Yeah.
Now it's been bad.
Or
So
like
he's
7. He's been really bad. But what I will say,
it's great. He's on a purple patch now. Cool. And that you continue this until the end of the season, and then we can talk.
Can I?
Because the way
sorry.
the vim people held for Jackson, let's keep the same standard for a guy that's played English football for the last like 5 years. Keep the same standard. Because this was Jackson's first season in the Prem, first season playing as a main striker, and people were on him for 2 years at Chelsea. So keep the same standard for João Pedro.
I think Chris going to say, because Chris was trying
I mean, we talk about striker, right? I feel like a lot of the bad games João Pedro's had is him playing as a 10 as well this season. When he plays as a strike, he's actually a lot more better. He's more clinical. He's actually the most clinical striker in the Premier League, still with like the best conversion rate. I do agree, like he has had bad patches in the season, but I just feel like we play him in that striker role, we'll get more of a consistent João Pedro, but you know, time will tell on that one as well, because there's 10 games left or whatever.
Jesus Christ, this guy's played every single Prem game.
That's great, Chris, but I don't care about excuses or reasoning.
I just don't think 10 role fits in no Prem.
But people didn't allow Jackson to have excuses either.
But he played strike. That's his best position.
And people were telling me João Pedro's best position is not a striker. It's a 10.
I disagree. Even João Pedro said himself strikes his best position this season.
But the people were complaining when
That's
he was
what people
playing
say,
bad.
but João said
People were
himself
saying
strikes
that.
his best.
So that's fine if you want to say that, but I'm still not gonna
he says it.
give that as that's fine, great for him. But he needs to continue this for the rest of the season. Not gonna praise him for a purple patch.
I mean, yeah, he's got
then
21
when he dips
GA. I
off,
forgot.
he gets what?
He's got 21 or 20 GA this season as well.
That's great. Get me goals. I don't
He is
forget
getting
the
goals.
assist. Get me goals.
But every
Get me
time he
goals.
gets a lot of his chances, he puts them
Don't say
away.
20. Don't say 20 GA. Get 20
I know.
goals.
But
In
every
the
time he
Prem-
does get a chance, though, Prime, he puts away. He's quite clinical.
Okay, goals in the Prem.
I don't know how we've made this a Pedro versus Jackson thing, considering who wears our number 9 jersey.
I'm not
No,
trying to make
I
a
think
Pedro
you
and Jackson.
can like
It's not for me.
because ultimately, like Delap is just a non-factor, and fuck Delap, he's useless. I think that you can have a Jackson versus Pedro debate in a sense because ultimately João Pedro is coming in and has had to be the Jackson replacement.
It's not a Jackson versus the lap thing. For me, it's where's the clear upgrade? Where's the clear upgrade?
Where's the clear upgrade in football in general, though?
Well,
like outside of Igor Thiago, you could say that. Outside of Haaland, like, is there any striker that's clear in football? Like, inevitably, like this is the next big striker that we should be, linking ourselves to.
There was one that wanted to come to our club for the past 2 summers, but even he's not my point. When we got rid of Jackson, because people want to talk about all
Wait. Even he's not your. What do you mean by that? Hold on, you got to finish that.
My point I'm talking about isn't Osherman. My point is when Jackson left and people were talking about he has to go and all the problems he has, which is cool. The 2 strikers we then brought in, the lap I told people this guy's ass, and João Pedro, he's not a clear upgrade on Jackson.
I think I think we're gonna have to wait and see with João Pedro because I've been very critical on him this season. And I think validly so because of his performances before Rossini
I want to
coming
point
with
out something, Scott. This man just made an argument for Victor Osimhen. How much GNA did João Pedro have? 21?
In goals and assists, 10 goals in the Premier League, I think he has.
Victor Osimhen has 16.
in the Premier League goals.
Okay.
No, he
In-
has.
in
He has
his own
17.
league.
Wait, how many
It-
goals do you have then?
I'm looking at it right now. In his own league,
Yeah, I
he
know,
has
but
9
I
goals
know
and
it's
1
in GA,
assist.
but how many goals do you actually got?
Okay.
9
Well,
goals and 1
Osimhen and
assist in
João Pedro.
15
So he has
games.
less goals than João Pedro
Osimhen.
this season.
Okay. What does? Okay, Osimhen, great. What does that have to do with Jack?
Minutes
Pedro not
per
being
goal,
enough for that?
122.
No, I'm just saying we
122
played
minutes per
João
goal.
Pedro more.
Well,
No, because you were
What-
saying
got
clear
more goals
upgrade.
in
Where's
there,
my
I think.
clear upgrade? We're talking about what you presented as evidence of a clear upgrade, and I'm not seeing
Yeah,
it.
that's true. He doesn't have pens.
No, that wasn't my evidence of a clear upgrade. Because I said forget
who's the clear
Osimhen, he's not
upgrade?
when I said forget Osimhen, he's not my point, and you focus on Osimhen. Great, well
Okay,
done.
so who's the clear upgrade? Because everyone loves to say we need a striker, we need a clear upgrade. Who?
Haaland.
Is João Pedro a clear upgrade on Jackson, Marshall?
We don't
That's
know.
not what I asked you.
There are upgrades up there. There are better options out there.
Who?
Julian Alvarez is one. Osimhen is one. Ekitike,
Do
who
we need
we're
to go
linked
over
with-
Julian Alvarez's numbers?
Ekitike, who we're linked with, is one. There are clear
Is
options
he?
out there. There are better options.
Is he? Because
Yeah.
the same
Clear,
guy
I
that we're
don't know
criticizing
about
right now, and
clear,
João Pedro, has more GNA than Ekitike.
I mean, João Pedro is one of the top strikers
In a better
Premier
team,
League.
by the way. In a better
Premier League
team.
right now.
Because I'm
No,
not going to
but-
sit here and say that Liverpool don't have a better attack than us. They do. On paper, their attack is better than ours.
Okay, they're
And
not
they just won the league last
performing-
season and
Yeah,
spent
Liverpool have,
half a
and
mil.
That's great. And Liverpool have been asked this season. So that's
Yeah.
great. Awesome.
And Ekitike is part of that. Even though he's been the shining light this season, he's been part of that problem.
And he's been their best player this season. Arguably their best player.
I think Soboslai is their best player. And
Arguably their
most
best
Yeah,
Liverpool
I agree.
fans would tell you that.
That's fine. Arguably the best player.
Sure. He's been
I'm
their
just
best
curious
signing.
what
I'll
he
give you
finishes
that.
on João Pedro if
Okay.
he stays at strike
Okay.
and gets the chances as well, because I can't blame like that Arsenal game where we lost 1-0. João Pedro was actually brilliant. I know he didn't score a goal, but he was brilliant what he
And
did.
you know
he
what?
had no
The thing is,
chances.
Prime, I don't even disagree with you. The fact is, though, like, I hate it when fans come up and say, oh, we need to upgrade on this and we need to upgrade on that. And it's all like complain. Where are the solutions? You guys know, I'm a solutions guy.
I
What do you
think the
mean
thing with
solution?
João Pedro.
I've given solutions. There are
Alvarez
better
has less
options.
GNA.
Hold on.
Alvarez has
There's-
less GNA in a
I mean, I
worse
wouldn't mind
league
Alvarez
than
to compete with,
João Pedro.
JP.
Ekitike
And
has
they
less
don't-
GNA than João Pedro. Osimhen
And-
in a worse league has less GNA than João Pedro.
Plus,
Okay.
we'll never get
Liverpool have been asked this season.
So
and
have we.
Atletico- and Atletico. Okay, that's great. And Atletico aren't good either. They don't play the way we play. They play defense.
So you make excuses for these strikers. Where's the excuse for João
And-
Pedro then?
I'm not making excuses for these strikers because people have also made excuses for João Pedro. But what I'm saying is still right. Is he a clear upgrade? I asked you, is he a clear upgrade? No.
He's not. But we also there aren't options out there that I can be like
So there are not
outside of
better
Holland and maybe
options.
Igor Thiago.
So there are
like,
not better. There are not better options than. Wait, Igor Thiago. Where was Thiago
I
last
think
season?
there is a
Injured
clear
at-
upgrade of João Pedro.
Oh,
at some point.
hold
Igor
on,
Thiago,
Scott.
I believe, has 17 goals.
He was
in the
injured
Premier
No,
League.
I didn't. No, I didn't ask about his goals. Scott, last season Igor Thiago was injured at Brentford, right?
He was
Yeah,
injured, yeah.
This first season. Where did they sign him from?
Belgium, Club Brugge, I
That's
think.
true. We do need.
Interesting. So you can find better options out there in the world, right? Awesome. So find me better options than like Jackson and João Pedro. I'm not saying these guys are shit,
So
but they're not
you're,
of the
you're
level,
not-
no?
So I get that. Are you gonna give Dastan Sapaev time at Chelsea or Omega time at Chelsea when they come here?
I've not watched that Payev barring like highlights in the Champions League game.
And
So I have
what
no
about
idea if he's
Omega?
actually good. And Mega again highlights. I don't know how good those two actually are. Why?
So when they come in, and you said you wanted these talents that can be scouted like an Igor Thiago, then next season when they do play, I would be reluctant to hear your opinion now if you're just going to be complaining about them not giving them time.
No, I would also say I want clear upgrades. But Sat Payev, for example, how isn't he like 16, 17? He's
18.
young.
Yeah.
He's 18. He's
But
young.
These,
He's a kid.
these are talents that are being scouted.
João Pedro has been playing in this league, in this country, for years.
Also, the amount of penalties. That's true, HA. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Can
he's
I-
been playing
I mean,
in here
yeah,
for
he has
years.
played here for
Marshall,
years.
can I come in here real quickly? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'd love
Sure.
to just make.
Speak
Yeah,
into your mic.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think for me-
am I
Yeah.
wrong in saying this about? João
No,
Pedro?
I don't. I just think
If
the
he-
prime.
if
You
he
need to
ends the
focus on
season-
not necessarily what you're trying to say is what you're trying to come up with solutions for. Because I feel like you're being a little hypocritical. Because you're
How?
saying, yes, get me talents like an Igor Thiago that can be scouted. Right. And by the way, if Igor Thiago came in last season and Scott was on my panel, Scott would want him gone because he had a whole season where he was injured. Right. So the thing is, if you're not willing to give time to see what could happen with these players, then I don't want to really hear it. Like, in the beginning of the season, wait, let me just land real quick, Prime. Okay. In the beginning of the season, I was all for Liam Delap. I didn't think it would work out that cleanly because it's a different football than what you're playing at Ipswich. I was willing to give time. It's now been how many games into the season? And I admit I was wrong about Liam Delap, and he should go because he's absolute shit. He's absolute rubbish. I'm willing to give players time. But a lot of this fan base, not you, a lot of this fan base see 5 games and they're like, this guy's shit. And they don't realize, like, okay, if you give him next season, he could become the next Igor Thiago.
Okay.
Like,
But
you're asking for scouting, a clear upgrade, but when it's a name you've not heard of, not you, but fans in general, they're like, what the hell? Get me an Osimhen, get me this. Not realizing Osimhen and Alvarez both have less GNA than João Pedro this season.
That's great, but the fan base doesn't have anything to do with me.
I mean,
and
you
also, I
referenced
didn't
them
say
a whole
also,
lot, Prime. So you're like,
yeah, but you're
come on.
talking about my opinion. Talk about my opinion. And also, I didn't
Okay.
say talent. I said get me clear upgrades.
Which, again, I asked you what those clear upgrades are,
We
but I
don't-
don't want to go in circles.
Yeah,
And I've offered. And I've
Go ahead,
offered that.
Ahmed. What were you going to say?
I'm actually gonna help you out here, Prime.
No, because is João Pedro a clear upgrade on what we had last year in Jackson?
I think he will.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
He's a clear upgrade.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
clinical. He's
We won't
clinical,
know that
he's
until
got
the end of
good-
the season. I'm going to be honest.
I think,
Yeah.
but
Thank
Scott,
you,
but
Scott.
Scott,
Thank
Scott,
you,
when you
Scott.
give him the chances, he puts it away. I think that's an
Yeah.
upgrade in itself.
He's been
And
more
he's shown it
clinical
all
than
season so
Jackson
far.
when given the opportunity.
The only
yes.
problem with like JP, I guess, he doesn't shoot enough, or like at times when he's playing that 10 role, he's holding the ball a bit too long and stuff like that. But like,
Yeah, I think for me,
up top when he's had those chances, he puts them
Yeah.
away. Well, I mean, you can say
I
okay,
think-
but he is
yeah.
clinical.
Alright,
so
No.
That's fine.
I think the
You
best
guys
way
wanna
to
say
it's okay.
Yeah, I think for
Well, we have. But Scott is right. We have to wait and see.
yeah,
But as of right now,
I
no.
did say that myself as well.
Okay.
As of
I
right
think-
now, no, he's not.
So I think it's a dual
Yes.
issue here, okay? I do think, listen, is Alvarez better than João Pedro? Yes, he is, but I think, obviously, yes, he hasn't got the GA this season, which I think Marshall points out is a fair point, but at the same time, there's context, obviously, in terms of the way Atletico Madrid have been playing this season.
That Marshall wants to ignore.
Right, XYZ, right? So
You're
so
ignoring
I
the
think-
same context for João Pedro, but we move.
I haven't ignored the contact with
No.
João Pedro. I acknowledge them.
No, but like, I think, listen, if we brought in Alvarez, would he be an upgrade on João Pedro? For me, in my personal opinion, yes. But then
Probably,
that, but yes, right. But I think, but I can't. Okay, but I can also say João Pedro obviously hasn't been playing with Palmer, which is our best guy. He's also been playing with Pedro Neto, and he's still getting these numbers, which is fair to say. But either way, I still think, as I've said many a time before, he'll be better than him. Would Osimhen work for us? I think objectively no. Again, you see the way we're playing right now. The guys that we've got, Austin would probably look the same, if not with less numbers. Right now, let's keep it real, guys, because we wouldn't be able to create for him.
By the way, I would take Jackson back. I would take Alvarez in this team any day of the week because I do think like he could probably suit this team better than Delap. I mean, he will suit this team better than Delap. I'm sorry, different word usage here. But the original argument too about like, is João Pedro a clear upgrade on Jackson? Sorry, brother. I don't have to wait till the end of the season to just look at simply. I'm looking at Jackson's numbers right now. I'm including Conference League and I'm including Club World Cup in these numbers. Jackson has a total of 19 GA in 37 games played. João
Are you talking
Pedro
last
already has
season or his
21.
first season? You
Last
talking
season.
last season or his first
I
season?
think
Last
it was
season.
last season.
Cool.
Because
So
Prime
but
said,
no,
is he an upgrade from
but again-
Jackson last season?
no, again, Marshall, and
No,
this is
no,
why I'll
I
push
said
back.
declare
No,
upgrade,
this is
not
why I'll
just
push
last
back.
season. Look at his
The
first
reason
season,
why,
Marshall.
the reason why it has 100% weighting for me. Why are you comparing last season? Why not compare the first season?
First season, then I give you
He has
to you.
less
We have to
currently.
wait because it's
That's what I'm saying. And ultimately, like, because I've had this debate about João Pedro.
23
He had
GA in that first season.
And he had 19. It was 19 in the league. So
Yeah, and keep in mind his first season, he also went off to AFCON as well.
True.
But that's the thing.
True,
Like,
I think that,
Jackson just somehow just got worse in his second season. I thought he'd get better.
Really bad.
because,
and I think the
AFCON
thing with
were like-
Jackson was Jackson had a similar thing that João Pedro's had this season, where it's like, what's it called?
Scoring matches.
He had a bad
Yeah,
start to the season. It was a couple of goals, and then got better in the second half. João Pedro's kind of doing the same. But like I said, I think the thing with João Pedro is he's definitely a better footballer than Jackson. I don't think anyone can deny that with the way he plays football. He's a better footballer. He's more clinical as a striker.
Better finisher. Yeah.
But 100% he's more clinical as a striker. I think the thing with João Pedro, and I've had debates with this about people, and ultimately I've said before my criticisms on him previously, I'll happily walk that back and say I was wrong about him. Is if he gets like a clear, if he gets a clear upgrade in terms of goals and assists ultimately, because for all the other stuff, extra stuff that he does do really well, like we saw in the last game, didn't score an assist, had a really good game outside of that, had another really good game today. Again, all the other stuff outside of just the goal that he got, and I think did he get an assist as well? It counted as
well, he won a penalty. Like
it counted on transfer market, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, if he can get a clear upgrade on goals, and if he continues the rate he's at, he will. By the way, like he just will. Then he's definitely a clear upgrade in that sense. Because ultimately, when it comes to our striker, as much as doing the extra stuff is all good, well and good, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Because it didn't really matter for Jackson. You
have to put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, have to put the ball in the back of the net, or you have to create for other people to put the ball in the back of the net. So ultimately, like that's what I said. Like if he carries on the rate he's at, he will pass him. Like he's 2 GNA of Jackson's both
First
league
season.
total and then season total. Which I'm going to be honest, he's going to get that between now and the end of the season. But I've said before, I expected whoever was our starting striker this season to get 18 league goals minimum in the league. Like that was my expectation. Didn't matter who. So he has to get 8 between now and the end of the season, which should be manageable with his form and how he's playing. But that was the bare minimum I expected. If he gets that, then 100% like there's no debate. If he gets 15, then to me it's not a real clear upgrade. It's a marginal upgrade. He's 100% an upgrade on Jackson as a player, but it's a marginal upgrade. It's not the clear upgrade we thought we were getting.
Can I also add to that? Like Jackson had a Palmer who was creating a lot of chances last season.
That is the other element to this as well, actually.
Like
True.
we don't have like a Palmer this season, or like Pedro's actually got worse this season as well. We have Garnacho to add to that as well. Like Esteves came into it, but he didn't really get the minutes to really like.
Wasn't Palmer also poor the second half of last season?
He was, but he's still also creating a lot of
creating
chances.
a lot of chances
And not just
still.
for Jackson. Like, I'm not gonna say just for Jackson because that's just stupid. Just say for
Just
him, but
the
he was
attack,
still
yeah.
creating a lot of chances in general. He
I
created,
say,
like,
I
finished
do
the
think
season
that
as
is
top
the-
chance creator.
I do think that's the other element of this where like, and I think you see it from these last 2 or 3 games or so. I do think that João Pedro has missed that. Like I do wonder what would have happened
100%.
like in some games earlier on the season, despite how poor he was playing. And people can talk about the goals and everything. We are not going to go back and talk and try and convince ourselves that João Pedro wasn't for a good majority of the season playing like shit. Just the performances were not good enough.
Those games, yeah.
Thank you.
I do
But
agree.
if I do wonder, even with the poor performances, number one, whether they would have been poor performances, with Palmer is number one, and number two, even if there had been poor performances, whether he would have still done the Enzo Fernandez, Bruno Fernandez thing of, getting a goal or an assist despite being poor. Basically, what he did against Tottenham, he wasn't good and still got a goal. So,
Scott, would you have accepted that? Would you
Say
accept
again?
that?
I think I
Would
would
you
have
accept
accepted it. I think I would have accepted it because from a striker, I can accept it from certain positions, right? For certain things. Striker, I can, and kind of attackers in general, I can kind of legislate for it. It depends on how bad, right? Like a Pedro Neto who was basically playing like shit every game and getting a goal or an assist every game.
But
or
you mentioned
couple of
like
games over.
Enzo. You mentioned like Enzo Fernandez.
Enzo, I can't allow it because of he plays in the center of midfield. I can't it's just a position where I don't like my central midfielder playing like shit every week. Again, because it was mostly in the pivot. If he plays left wing and does it, it's what it is. If he plays left wing and does it, I don't care because you're playing left wing at that point. You're not in the pivot. You're not being a problem.
Marshall, do you think
Striker, I
João
don't really care
Pedro?
about.
Do you think João Pedro can be world class, or even top class?
Yeah, I think there's potential there.
Okay.
Maybe
do
not
you
this
think,
season, but
do you
yeah,
think
in the
Jackson
future.
is? Do you think Jackson's really good, or great potentially, or is great?
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's a good player, yes.
You think he's a really good player?
I think he's got potential to be an amazing player, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about like. Okay, no, you're not getting my point. Never mind.
I don't think you're trying to lead me down a way and I'm not going. It's not me not getting your point. It's just I don't agree with what you're
I'm trying to show you that I don't see that he is a clear upgrade. Even him being, even like what Scott said, marginally better, it's not a clear upgrade. Being marginally better than someone else doesn't make you clear.
But again, like this is where like we're going in circles, Prime, and I already told you, okay, who out there is actually a clear upgrade?
And
that's the
I've
problem.
given,
Like if there's no clear upgrades, I
I've
can't get
given you
upset
up-
about our team.
I've-
Hold on,
I've-
because this is maybe why you missed my point because you keep
I mean,
trying
we
to
said
just
players, they're
keep
not
saying
better
like
than him this
if,
season.
No, I get your
I
point.
can't get really upset at the club when there's not actually a clear upgrade out there that I'm like, you fucking assholes, you missed out on this. Because even the players you named, they're not doing great. They're not.
The players I named are better options than getting Delap and João Pedro. Yes.
Not this
Delap,
season.
yes, maybe not
Oh,
João
Delap,
Pedro.
no, I missed it.
But getting both of them. Because you could have got
there's no
Ekatike and
disagreement
João
on that.
Pedro. You could have got
Yeah, that
Ekatike
would've
and
been
João
great.
Pedro.
But how many goals has Ekatike scored this season? by the way?
Or you could have got
But Chris,
Waltman and
regardless,
João
they would
Pedro.
both cook. They would both cook.
No,
if we had Ekatike and João Pedro, they would both cook. We'd have an amazing attack.
By the way,
Ekatike.
Ekatike's dropped
You
off
could've got-
massively this season.
You could have got Waltman. Oh, great! Like João Pedro did as well.
No, I'm just saying. You
You
saying
could've
he's
got
clear
both.
upgrades, but he's
No,
dropped off massively.
But you could have got both. You could have got both. What you
Yeah,
got
we
is the
could've got
lap.
I don't mind
I
that though,
said,
either.
but I said that back in the last season and in the summer, the lap is not good. He won't be good for us. So when you're talking about like these players, it's clear and obvious which players will actually work for us.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't. Yeah, you're right. We weren't gonna get Ekatike and João Pedro, but we were linked to both of them, and I don't know. Maybe we could.
Yes, we 100% could have got both. We 100% could have got both. By the way, we chose not to.
We
Yeah,
chose
you know what?
Nacho
You're not
and
wrong because we
Gibbs,
chose
I
to put
guess.
that money into wingers that are shit.
And the lap.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and the lap, yeah.
exactly. Like you could have not gotten Garnacho and the lap and just gotten Ekatike who could play both positions.
Can
That's
Ekatike actually play as a winger?
He's
got
played left
ability.
attacker, left wing. Yeah. I'm pretty
For
sure he did at
Liverpool.
Frankfurt.
You know
Did
when
he
he plays
do that
strike. I think he just mainly plays strike for Liverpool.
Did he
though.
not play in
I
the
think
front?
he's
He
played
played
a
in
couple of times.
He
though.
played in the front two. What's his face?
He didn't play out wide. He
Frankfurt.
played in the front two.
But even then,
Well,
João Pedro
okay.
can play that position. If
Anyways,
he's
listen,
played left
we'll,
wing, yeah.
we'll wait and see. If João Pedro can continue like this form and scoring goals until the end of the season, then cool. I'll say I was wrong. But until I'm proven wrong, I'm not gonna up my sights.
I mean, again, he's only 2 GNA away from matching what Jackson had in his first season, which is
that's
impressive.
not. That doesn't make it a clear upgrade. That's not
It
impressive.
doesn't. It's not.
I
it's not
will
a clear
say I
upgrade.
noticed with Jackson had
That-
a lot
no,
of
but
chances
matching
and also
Ja-
missed,
matching
and
Jackson's
with João Pedro,
goals-
he doesn't do that.
Matching Jackson goals doesn't make him a clear upgrade.
Who's the
What
BS?
is
it? Marshall,
okay,
it's-
okay,
I'm
hold on.
curious.
Now,
Clear.
because now we need to like be specific about defining terms. What is the GNA of a clear upgrade? Or not even GNA. Give me the goals
I
or
think
give me
we're
the
just gonna go
assists,
around
whatever
and
you
say
want
Can
to
you
give me.
get 20 goals?
If he gets the chances, yeah, he will.
Okay, I'm not Chris. I'm not gonna say that.
No, I will. No, I guarantee he's a good
Oh,
finisher.
no, actually,
He is
he's
a
a
good
good
finisher.
finisher. So, like, if he gets the
Fine.
chances,
Then
like,
can
it's
you
math,
get
simple
can you
math.
get close to 20 goals? Can you get close to 20
Okay.
goals?
If he gets the chances, yes.
So again, close to 20 goals. Igor Thiago, Erling Haaland. Igor Thiago has 17 goals, a lot of them from penalties, and Erling Haaland has 21 goals. So you're asking for that level again, and you don't have the
I'm
answer.
asking for a 20 goal a season striker. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm asking for the next John Terry in the center back too. Some things just aren't available out in the market.
Minus the racism.
So like I'm not gonna like minus the racism. So I'm not gonna like harp on these things and these hypotheticals in a different dimension where this striker's available and this and that. Like what you're asking for is the next Erling Haaland.
No, I'm not. What I'm at?
I don't think he's
Wait,
asking.
Igor
for
Thiago is
Haaland
not
or
Erling
something.
Haaland.
He has 17 goals in the Premier League.
Haaland.
Is he Erling Haaland?
No,
Just
he's not.
always off Haaland.
But he's the only other player even close. The next player close to that is Semenyo on 12. And João Pedro's not too far off from that.
And Buemo got 19 goals last season, didn't he? I think 19, yeah. And Wissa got 20.
How are they doing this season?
Like, all I'm asking for is that we actually scout better, because we spend a lot of money. All I'm asking for is just to build a squad better.
I don't think, yeah.
And I asked that in all areas of the pitch, by the way.
Oh wow.
Because
I don't disagree
even
with that, but sometimes
you
you
know,
got to give the W's where they are, and I think João Pedro's a good scout.
Because even with Jackson, after his first season, I was saying, cool, the target is get to 20, or at least get to as close to 20 as possible. And prove an upgrade.
To be fair,
Oh, by the
you
way-
guys in the chat are actually right. If João Pedro took penalties, he'd be over 20
100%.
goals easily.
By the way,
That's great, but he doesn't
one
take
thing I will say, just going back, the numbers on João Pedro are wrong. He needs 6 more GNA to match Jackson.
Yeah. But also,
Or
like,
5 more in the league.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, you know,
yeah,
JP
you're
is literally
saying-
top 3 in strikers in Premier League this season.
you're saying, like, taking pens. What? He doesn't take pens. If
Yeah.
Jackson took pens the last 2 seasons, like, he probably gets a 20 goals, or at least closer to it. Well, what
Yeah,
we doing?
that's
He doesn't-
why
Palmer
Jackson's
takes
15 goals in the first season was
14.
impressive because it was without penalties.
14, Marshall.
14.
Oh, 14,
We're
sorry.
gonna
And then
right
he
numbers
got the
for
year
that.
before that, he got what? 13, 12?
No, that's the
no,
year.
10.
That's the year. His
Oh.
first season at Chelsea.
I know,
the breakout year.
but the year after, he got, I think, 12 or 13.
10
And
in
if he
the
took
Premier League.
penalties, those
At
penalties
Valencia
probably...
or Villarreal, wherever team, I don't
No,
know.
the year after in the Prem, the second season, which was last year. He got, like, I think 12 or 11, something like that.
No.
Comps?
He got 10.
In
10,
10 in the
okay,
Premier League,
10. And with pens, that could take it up to, like, 15, 16, something like that.
We
Like,
didn't
that's what
really
I'm
have
saying.
pens
That's
last
why
season.
I'm not looking at our pens,
Wait,
because
but, like,
Palmer takes them and Enzo take them. I'm not looking at the pens for our striker,
Yeah,
because they don't
Okay.
take the pens, unfortunately.
So should I go and discount the pens from Igor Thiago and Erling Haaland then?
Well, Igor Thiago takes pens at Brentford, but if he was at Chelsea, he wouldn't
Yes.
take the pens at Chelsea.
So then
I
Igor
think- I
Thiago
think
would
that's
be
the
an
point
upgrade at
he's trying
Chelsea.
to make.
Yeah, but I didn't mention about Thiago. You did. You brought him up.
Yeah,
many
because
pens
you
does,
brought up someone who
Thiago
can get
have?
you 20 goals in a season. Igor Thiago's up there.
Cool.
Like sometimes you could just admit you're wrong, and that's okay.
What am I wrong about?
I do agree, CP.
There's no upgrade
I think
out
he
there
will
that you're
show
talking
up,
about
but-
that's a clear upgrade.
There's no better options than the 2 we. Okay, cool. Whatever.
Then the lap. You're lumping in the lap, and we're not talking about the lap. I'm not denying the lap. There's a clear upgrade to the lap. Like I can name you a clear upgrade. Like yeah, I think Dominic Solanke's a better striker than the lap. Like you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
actually did like Jackson's first
Yeah,
season too,
probably.
by the way, Prime.
and I don't. And that's the same thing. I don't need.
Like, his
I
first
wasn't
season,
even
actually
like
quite- I thought he was
for
gonna do
Jackson
that.
leaving the club. Like I was like, if he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. Whatever. Like he's shown me last season, he could be like good, but he could also be shit. Like it's either or. But you're asking for a clear upgrade on Jackson. I think João Pedro is showing that he right now he's not a clear upgrade on Jackson. I agree with you. He could have better numbers than Jackson if you give him time to finish the season off. But if the numbers don't hit the way you want him to hit, and he's not that clear upgrade, who am I getting in as a striker that is the clear upgrade? There is no clear upgrade out there.
Okay, fine.
By the way, I'm going to be honest. I do
many
think
goals
he
do you
gets more
think-
goals.
How many
than Jackson.
goals do you think he'll end this season, Marshall?
João Pedro
How many games got?
Yeah. In the Prem.
in all comps or just in the Prem?
I think
Prem.
How many
In the
games we got
Prem,
left?
I think
What-
he'll
what
actually
game
end
we
the season on 15 goals.
Do you think he can get 20 next season, though?
got? Palmer fit? Yes, he will.
If Palmer stays fit and
If he
these
gets around
wingers are
15
actually
now,
not
Oh,
yeah.
so,
as
so
fucking
you
shit,
think
then
he's going to
probably,
get?
yeah.
So you think he's going to get 5 goals in 12 games?
Yeah.
He could.
Seems
Yeah,
low
actually,
to me.
he
I
could
can't
get
lie to you.
more.
That seems kind of low.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
it
think
could
he
be
get
more.
the way he's going.
To be fair, and this
And
is
if he
where
gets
like
chances.
I even admit I was wrong. And chat, you remember this, Chris? You remember this conversation? I didn't even have João Pedro
Oh, yeah.
for more than 10 goals this season. I genuinely thought he was gonna come in, play his Firmino role, and up the numbers for Jackson when he was here at the time, up the numbers for Nani, up the numbers for everyone else but himself. Like I thought he was gonna play that Firmino role of just creating for everyone else and from time to time getting a goal.
Honestly, I think he gets 17.
I didn't even want him. I did not want
Because I
him for
look at
60 mil.
our attackers, and we need people we can consistently rely on to score goals. And like
João Pedro's
the
kinda
last
been that guy, I can't
non-existent,
lie.
we can't trust our wingers to consistently get goals. Like, and even Esteval, the guy's 18. I don't want to have to rely on him.
Yeah.
Palmer, it looks like he's starting to pick up form now, so cool. But,
Hopefully.
and then there's João Pedro, so we're going to be relying on those two to like end the season well and finish in the top 4, top 5 for Champions League football.
16 non-pen goals from Holland. And how
Best
many do we
striker in
have?
the world. I'm telling you, goals.
I can't lie to you. The using the non-penalty goals
I
and
don't
penalty
like that either.
goals as Chelsea fans might be the
That's it,
single.
like, it's called
It might be the single stupid
Right now,
argument, single stupidest
Yeah,
argument
yeah, Cole Palmer.
we might ever use, considering who our top goal scorers of all time and who our top goal scorer was 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And who is
No,
currently
the
our
reason-
second top goal
But you
scorer.
know
The
that's always
reason
the
why-
narrative, Scott.
No, but
Like
Scott,
they use
the
penalties
reason why
against it, even
the
though-
reason why personally I'm looking at it is the striker we bring in isn't going to get to take pens.
No, I don't care about all that though, because we said the same about João Pedro, and he has like he has doubled his non-penalty goals from like
Definitely, yeah.
Brighton to his. I really don't give a shit about that personally. Like if you
Okay,
can just like the thing with our strikers, if you can just find them chances and they're a good finisher, then it is what it is, and they have to fit the system. I think that's the issue with the lap.
You think anything I'm saying is like crazy by saying that like I don't think he's proven yet to be enough clear upgrade.
I think the discourse around João Pedro after this game is just weird. Like in this debate is weird. Like again, he's on course to beat Jackson. Whether he gets what I expected or not, I think he gets 17 to be fair, probably, or around 17 to finish the season. But as long as he keeps scoring, I don't care. Like as long as he keeps scoring and performing, like more power to him. Like he's in great form at the moment. It's not as many as I thought because transfer market for some reason are counting the penalties, which is
Do you think
weird.
they should count penalties as assists though?
No,
I kind of feel
they're
like,
not assists.
Really,
They're
'cause
not
they
assists.
just, it's,
They're
it's a
not
free
well.
goal basically.
Is that
Whether they
that's why the
are
numbers are off. Okay.
whether they are
Yeah,
counted
Timo
or
Werner
not.
got a lot of assists because of that.
You know, Chris, whether they are or not, the Premier League does not count them as assists.
No, yeah, the Premier League
Like,
don't.
in terms of
But
stats.
the
That's why he's on. That's why he's on.
Yeah.
That's why he's on 14 and not 17. But even so,
Okay.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 goals and assists in the last 5 games.
But all
Like
I
he's
care,
getting on average a goal or an assist every game. Like if you continue that up from now to the end of the season, you are like I know he's not going to because it's almost physically impossible for any striker in world football, or nearly any striker in world football, to do that. But if he does that from now to the end of the season, he's going to end up on 26 GNA.
But not even continue the goals. If you continue the performances, then yeah. Like I don't mind saying that I'm proven wrong at the end of the season, because that means we actually have a quality striker. Or you know what I mean. So, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying as of right now, I don't agree that it's a clear upgrade. No.
That's fair.
I know. I just like.
Am
how
I,
Gundogan
Marshall,
was so far this
is that
season,
me
so-
being? Am I wrong in saying that, or do you understand now?
No, I get it. He's not a clear upgrade. I think initially you were requesting a clear upgrade. That's where I was asking you who, because there's no clear upgrades out there.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
Well, I just
I
There's
do
no-
think there are
like
top.
I said,
I think there are
everyone
top
you-
players that you can buy in any position out there. Yeah.
everyone
Scouts.
you named is not having as good of a season as João Pedro's
That's
having.
fine, but go and scout because not even just say with the striker with João Pedro. We spend enough money where we should be buying better.
I don't disagree with that. I agree with that 100%. And you're
So
saying go
when
and
people
scout.
say
Well, let's see.
When people say I should name a better options, I've not spent $2 billion in 4 years.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But when you say go and scout, then Satpayev, Omega, coming next season, Omega, let's see what they do. Because these are the guys that we scouted. And I know we haven't had the best scouting, but sometimes it does hit. And maybe we get a clear upgrade from there. But time is going to have to tell. There's no Like, there's no one I can name you right now that just slots in and gets me 20 goals.
In the world, wait.
I disagree with that. It's just whether they're available or not.
There's no one in the world, barring Haaland. There's no one in the world that's better than João Pedro.
Even with open play, he would hit 20 with Chelsea. He's on 16 now.
I said there's no one in the world that's a clear upgrade to this team.
Yeah, there is. No, again, yes,
but that's again. So that's basically that's what I just said. Then.
Wait, Prime. Scott,
Mbappe
who? I'll entertain this. Who?
Kane is obviously.
Kane, Mbappe.
Okay, no, take out Haaland and Kane. Obviously, take out those two.
Sure.
Name me. You can't. You're Mark Marshall. You tell me you can't name me anybody.
But even Osimhen's not really available to us because we weren't paid the
wages. That's fine. No, but that's fine. Forget Osimhen. Name me. I'm asking Marshall to name me. You're saying there's no one. There's no clear option, or than João Pedro in the world. No one.
I'm not saying there's no one. Like, we could have gotten AKTK, who would have been a different profile player. Maybe he's a clear upgrade. You can look at, for example, let me think. Endrick could potentially be a clear upgrade on João Pedro. He's doing really well at Lyon right now. Like, you really put me on a spot. I wasn't ready to think about this.
Can I say AKTK has the same amount of goals as João Pedro in the Premier League this season so far? So you can't really say that's clear.
He has more, to be honest, after today's game probably. But it's again like there's prospects out there. There's people who could potentially be better. I just don't know. That's why I put the onus on you, because you said I want a clear upgrade. Cool, I want a clear upgrade too, but I can't name you one.
But I named you players and you said no.
Let's go.
Because no, I didn't say no, because I would take Alvarez. I think he'd be a brilliant striker, but is he clear? I don't know, because his numbers this season have been shit.
Okay,
I think we have to strengthen other places.
But that same argument, João Pedro didn't have the numbers he has now last year.
No, he didn't. No.
So a better environment.
But that's if, ands, or buts, or maybes. Like we're like, do you want to have a hypothetical argument, or do you want to have an argument based on facts and like stats and shit? Because if we want to have a hypothetical argument, then cool. Let's entertain Endrick then. Yeah, Endrick. Yeah, he's a clear upgrade because
I've not watched Endrick at Lyon, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't think you've watched Alvarez this season at Atletico Madrid. So
Alvarez
how do you
has dropped
know?
off this season, but I'd still take him.
But like, I know what I saw from Alvarez at Man City, and I like the player in the profile. He could come in here and be great. He could come in here and be absolute shit. Because I didn't think João Pedro was going to be good. I'll be real. I said it from the get-go.
I'll be honest, Marshall. Like, Alvarez was quite good for him last season. Just this season, he's still their top scorer. It's just I don't think Atletico's done as well this season. I'm not going to watch him, so...
I think it would also help me if we had forwards where we could get goals from all of them, then my demand of having a striker that actually scores goals or scores a big volume of goals would help. But we don't have that. Why the demand is on the striker?
The thing is, though, like, okay, we at least can admit we have a competent enough striker. Why not build the areas where I know there's clear upgrades out there? Like, I know there's a clear upgrade out there for the left wingers. Like, I'm sorry. Even though I don't like the player, Leao would have been a much better player than fucking Garnacho. I still, to this day, believe Malik Fofana would have been a clear upgrade on Garnacho. We had a chance to get Kvaratskhelia, who would have been a clear upgrade on Garnacho. Like, there's players out there that I could talk about in the wings that are better than what we have in Garnacho.
I agree, Marshall.
Somerville, the guy that we just played two game weeks ago. Clear upgrade on Garnacho.
Somerville only started scoring goals a few games.
Do you want Garnacho or do you want Somerville?
Neither. Well, Somerville's better than him, but neither.
That's my point. He's an upgrade. Even Lookman, thank you so much. Lookman would have been a fantastic upgrade.
Oh, I've wanted Lookman, but yeah.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. I knew it wasn't going to happen.
He hasn't done that well this season, right?
Morgan Rogers. No, he's a good.
Lookman, the first half of the season, the manager was beefing with him. I wasn't really playing him, but he's at Atletico Madrid now, and he's played 2 games to be fair, but he just moved. So But
Like,
yeah,
even,
okay, cool.
like, I don't know what Gordon's situation is at Newcastle, if he's like on his way out or whatever.
He's been asked for a year.
I would take him over Garnacho any day.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, there are upgrades.
The bar is low. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get.
Gordon,
on the left wing.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
based off the last like year or two, Gordon's not like necessarily a clear upgrade, or he is a better upgrade, obviously, but not like. But yeah, if we had competent attackers all around, my demand on the striker getting 20 and being a big goal scorer lessens, but we don't have that. That's why I have a demand on João Pedro and Palmer both scoring goals.
I think if you get an upgrade on those wings, our strikers eat a lot more. That would be the biggest thing. Because if we get top wingers, like Semenyo would have been a big upgrade. I'll even admit that at this point. Rashford at the left would have been a big upgrade. Like Rafinha back, like when we were in for Rafinha. Like there's so many options on the wings that if you could upgrade on those positions, which I think are much more dire than the center forward position, the striker position, if those positions get upgraded and our striker is still pulling these kinds of numbers, then you know what? I go full-hearted with your argument.
I agree with that. Because I look at, for example, Liverpool with
Salah, hard to judge
Firmino,
now.
Mane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Firmino wasn't getting 20, but because they had big numbers from Salah and Mane, it was okay with Firmino only getting like, 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
If
João
Pedro's max is like, say, 15, that's fine if I have Lookman on the left who's also getting, say, 18, and Palmer gets like 22, and then Estevao on the right is getting like 12 next season. That's fine. That means João Pedro's only getting 15 goals is not like a problem, because by add up all the numbers, and that's, I don't know, that's quick math. I don't know, 50 or something. I don't know, but that's we don't have that. That's why the big demand is you're my 9. I need to be able to trust you with goals.
Yeah, the only issue we have is that, like, I don't think we have a system that focuses on the striker. We have a system that focuses on wing play.
I agree, and the wing plays ass.
It hurts us. Yeah, exactly. It hurts us a lot.
Do you have like a expectation, like where you think João would get his goal? How many more goals he'd get end of the season? How many did you expect?
Me?
Well, you don't have that. Yeah.
I didn't think he'd get to 15.
Okay. I was just wondering what number you thought.
Yeah, I didn't think you can get to like 15. I didn't think it was a goal thing at the start of the season. I don't think I did anyway. So
I didn't expect them to get more than 14, 13 at the start of the season because of last season and many seasons at Brighton.
Yeah.
And then at Chelsea, it's a bit different.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the summer when we sell Neto and Garnacho is our most experienced winger. I mean, interesting conversation.
Prime,
bit late.
Not Prime. CP, talk to me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm finishing off my gym set, and I hear the biggest BS I've fucking heard since the afternoon when Prime was putting at Lewis's stream was putting it more on Chalobah than Josh, which was what the fuck. Anyways, what do you mean João Pedro's not a clear upgrade? This man can actually head the ball, which Jackson fucking couldn't do ever in his life. He can actually score outside the ball. You know what? You know what he has? More traits that are able to develop to be a better striker than Jackson, because he can actually head the ball and he can actually score from outside the box, which Jackson fucking could never do.
You put all of that in the chat. I know.
And on top of that, like as I put on the chat, Jackson literally had God-tier Palmer in form when he got those 14 goals, when Palmer had 22 fucking assists and some stupid 50 GNA in the league alone or some bullshit.
Are you talking about his first season?
Yes, because that was also Palmer's first season when Palmer was literally God tier in his playmaking.
We also had Pochettino, which was great. So
I mean, attacking wise,
yes. Actually, yes. The whole thing was he didn't give a shit about
we were one of the highest.
That's why
I'll look it up. We had the most goals this season.
Yeah, we scored a lot of goals.
I'll look it up.
Pochettino's thing was, as we said, he broke a Chelsea record of most goals conceded. We didn't have problems attacking.
That's why Palmer is freak on the numbers.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So now we're dealing with the guy who doesn't have prime Palmer, just like Jackson didn't have prime Palmer last year, and he's gonna be getting better numbers.
Oh no!
Yeah, but the traits you mentioned with João Pedro of what he can develop is the future stuff, which is cool.
No. He has these traits now. No. He has better heading ability right now. He has better outside.
Yeah, but you also mentioned other things about the future stuff, which is great. But I'm talking about just in this current moment. I don't agree he's a clear upgrade. Hold on. I don't agree because hold on.
A threat already.
Hold on. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. I don't agree right now. He is a clear upgrade. Now, if he ends the season and continue playing this way, like again, his performance is not just the goals, then cool. I'm wrong then.
I'll be honest.
I don't agree.
I don't give two fucks about his performances as long as he scores because he's my striker. He's the one position. His whole job is to give me goals. I don't care if he fucking scores with his dick half the time. I don't care if he gives me fucking 1 out of 10 performances. As long as he scores a goal, I don't give a fuck.
I also
He's
like
the one position. I don't care. Yeah. Be a Bruno Fernandes. Be shit for 99% of the game. You give me a goal. I do not care because that's your job. That's your one job. I do not care.
Okay, so if he ends the season scoring goals and doesn't continue playing well, then that's also great.
Yeah, I don't care. Give me goals. I want goals. Goals win me games. Goals win me games.
I'd also say CP. He has to have the chances created from as well. Remember the Arsenal game? I thought he still played well, but Enzo and Delap on the wings.
That's why I would. That's why if we're doing comp for comp, I would compare Pedro's season to Jackson's second season because they're both similar in terms of not having prime Palmer. In terms of that,
I mean, he didn't even have Palmer almost this season. He's been injured.
Prime Palmer.
Palmer created a lot of chances, by the way.
Yeah, prime Palmer in terms of the 33 GNA that Jackson had that Palmer had in his first season in the Premier League alone.
But Palmer also wasn't good in the second half of last season.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
I'm saying it's similar in comparison because Palmer wasn't good in the first half of this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Cool. So I would compare GNA if you're looking for goal output from my striker and how much better Jackson or Pedro would be. I would compare to Jackson's second season and Pedro's first season because they both have a Palmer that's been off for half the season, right?
That's true.
And Jackson was also injured last season as well.
He was actually a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
I get that.
Months. I think everyone here though actually liked Jackson because even I remember me and CP was defending him against Kai saying, "Oh, he's scoring a goal every 2 games. It's not too bad."
Yeah,
Kai.
I know.
And then they went downhill afterwards.
And then he got
injured.
Yeah, then he got.
We was defending him by the way.
I just again, if he continues this and stuff, then cool. I'm wrong. I don't mind saying that I'm wrong. Is what it is.
No, but I would compare it to his. He scored. I would compare it to his not 14 goal Premier League season. I would compare it to his 10 goal Premier League season. Because you had not prime Palmer.
I mean,
that's what I would be the comparison to.
Who does Joe have this season anyway?
Prime Palmer stuff is
because I'm saying he had so many. He was such a threat in terms of goal scoring and assisting. I just can't,
But you say prime. So was he only being that much of a threat because of Palmer?
I think so. I think if you have a guy who has 33 GNA, the amount of bodies that would be on Palmer alone to give other space.
Palmer definitely platformed Jackson that first season.
By the way,
but that was a Palmer that no one knew could do this.
No, we understand, but when you're scoring so many goals halfway through the season, you're definitely gonna man-mark. You're definitely gonna freaking pivot that real quick.
Okay,
yeah,
true.
Because no one thought Haaland was gonna score that many goals, and we saw him scoring amazing goals in Dortmund. But we're like, this is the Premier League. We've seen so many.
Can I also
German
add
players.
To that, CP? Sorry. I was just gonna say I would still rather a bad whatever performance Cole Palmer over a Enzo in a 10 or Garnacho or a poor Neto. I'd still rather that over them lot. He doesn't even get that.
So CP. So that for example, right?
Yeah.
This game, the last game.
Yeah.
Because João Pedro had the Palmer that everyone fears. That takes away of Pedro's performances and his goals.
No, it doesn't, because João Pedro literally got 2 penalties for Palmer. Literally 2 penalties. The 2 penalties that Palmer scored were through João Pedro.
I can't lie, those are funny penalties though.
But because Palmer, everyone fears Palmer, it gives more space for João Pedro and more time, and then he's not being double.
Well,
marked.
no, you can't say that yet because Palmer's just been on form for the past 2
I know.
games.
I'm making a joke. I know. I'm making a joke. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, cool. I still don't agree with currently he's a clear upgrade, but by the end of the season, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong.
How many goals is he? He's on 9 goals, right, in the league?
10 in the Premier League.
10.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm
He's
comparing
got
it to last season, Jackson, he's already better. He's already tied him.
I think
That's
he
fine.
will show the
That's
numbers,
fine.
but
You're comparing it to that. I'm not.
he's probably gonna beat his first season as well. Like no problem with the goals.
Yeah, let's see if he gets to 15, because I didn't think he could get like even up to 15.
No, neither
So-
did I. I had low expectations when he first came.
Is this
into
the first
Football
year
Cup.
he's got double digits? Goals?
No,
no,
he had double
he did
digits
go
last season, but he was on pens
Arsenal
for 5
pens.
of them, so this is his full.
Okay.
I know
If
we
we're doing
shouldn't
non-penalty
do
goals,
that, but like, yeah,
then yes.
Non-penalty goals. And like for our striker, getting non-penalty goals is important because they don't take pens. Because
Yeah.
Palmer takes them,
Yeah,
and then
very
Enzo takes
similar to
them.
Drogba.
yeah, Enzo's second choice.
Yes, and that's the point I was making to Scott. The striker that we bring in, even if it was Pedro or whoever else, they won't take pens. Palmer will take them if he's on the
Actually,
pitch.
might be second
Enzo
choice.
will take them if he's on the pitch. Like no striker will get an opportunity to take pens really at Chelsea.
No, unless
Yeah.
I don't know, unless Haaland came,
So, yeah.
maybe
Oh,
they would give it to
hey,
him.
No, I don't think you
Palmer's
have
a better pound taker, by the way. He's
No,
the best
but dude,
one.
we've had literally we had Drogba, we had Crespo, we had
True.
Shevchenko,
Yeah,
we had
true.
Anelka, and Lampard was still the penalty taker.
Lampard because he's the
Yeah.
the best there.
So
Exactly.
just like that, that's gonna
That's
be
what I
Palmer
mean.
too.
So I mean, but yeah, even with the João Pedro thing, like I even said to Marshall before you got on. Part of my demand of like our striker getting goals is because barring Palmer, I'm looking at who else I can actually trust to get goals. Our wingers are like null and void from a goals perspective. And Esteval, I think he can get goals, but he's 18. I don't want to put a demand on an 18-year-old like that in our attack. Or we shouldn't have to, but everyone else is, all the other wingers are like ass. And then it's only Palmer. So then I have to look at João Pedro. Unless you include Enzo as an attacker. But still, it's like, if we had a quality left winger who could get like around 15 goals or whatever, then demanding João Pedro to get 20 plus lessens a lot.
Or even one that you can just create 15 goals. Like, give me chances, because right now I'm like a car with a flat tire on one side. You know what I'm saying? Like Esteval, we didn't talk about it, but Esteval today, he couldn't really do much. Like he had some moments here and there, but like, talk to me, Chris. What?
We can't really say much, man, when we're just like going through the left side mainly.
Exactly,
Palmer
exactly,
or
and that's the
Enzo,
side that has the flat tire. So like,
yeah, okay, is that what you said? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. So it's like, and we do this with like, in other games too, where like,
I mean, understandable. We can actually know.
The West Ham game. The West Ham game is a prime example. Like, we kept going on Garnacho's side, even though you had, I think it was Esteval on the other side, or maybe
Was
Neto.
Esteval done? I didn't really watch that game.
I don't remember that one.
Missed.
Like, it was
Marshall,
just like-
you do me a favor for a second.
What's up?
Bring up Thatcher's last comment, please.
What if Fato here?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
2 hours, 39 minutes. I'm gonna screenshot that for evidence. Thank you. Sorry, Marshall. Continue.
It's fine. But I'm just saying, like, if we were fully, pushing out at full capacity on the attack, then, like, for me personally, I would look at João Pedro's numbers and be like, this could be better. This could be better. But because we're not on full speed in terms of the attack and how, like, poor that left-hand side's been, how Palmer hasn't been fit for most of the season, like, I can't really put too much stick on João Pedro. So it's just like
next season too.
I don't know. Like, I'm the other way around. Because, like, even with Palmer, before we knew about him carrying his groin injury, there was so much emphasis on me of him being poor because, like, you're our best player. So you're your best attacker. I have to look to you because I can't trust anyone else.
Yeah, but I mean,
and it needs to be
at
the same with
time,
João
you could also
Pedro.
you could also look at the manager too, right? With Palmer
True,
in that
fine.
instance, like
True.
admit,
obviously
it looks
did
like
look at the
Maresca
manager,
was
but-
really holding him back, and the reality is that like Rosinha lets him play a little bit more freedom.
No, I know. Obviously, the manager too, but like you get my point because I just don't trust. I just don't trust the other attackers to consistently get us goals.
Yeah.
So I have to look at someone.
But that's the problem. Like we went over this, right? Like where it's like, it's because our system relies on those other attackers that have been poor. Like, again, it's like relying on a car that has a flat tire to get you to work all the time. It's at one point, it's just not gonna work anymore. You're gonna waste a lot of gas. You're gonna cause a lot of problems. Fix the fucking tire, and then we could talk about how we get to work. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro,
it is what it is. I do want to wrap it up though, because we're almost 3 hours in.
We don't want another debate.
No, I would like to. I have a lot of stuff I got to do, so I'd like to get that done. And
my bad,
also, it's all good. Also, like, there's nothing else to talk on the game really. Like we're wrapped up here. You gotta call it quits when it's time to call it quits.
I will say Sanchez, 3 games should have got clean sheets. I'll say that.
True.
But I don't praise Sanchez, Marshall. Yeah.
See, now we're just praising Sanchez for the sake of praising Sanchez, so you don't have to say
that's not true because I said this on Lewis's channel.
Malo Gusto, I think you should have had a open chance creation play today, but you didn't get it. So you know what? Just so in case people say I never praise Gusto, there it is, bro. And Pedro Neto, there should have been a Cucurella at that far post so you could get an assist, just in case people say I never praised Pedro Neto.
Are you not going to say João Pedro should have got a brace?
He should have, actually. To be fair, João Pedro should have had a brace, for those of you who say I never criticized João Pedro.
But clear upgrade, yeah? Anyway, industry.
Broad.
My clear upgrade would have got a brace, but whatever, man. We would have won the game.
Man said his clear upgrades Osimhen or Alvarez, who has less GNA than João Pedro this season.
Well, they don't get to play with God tier Palmer, so that's the excuse.
That's true. They don't get to play with God tier Palmer. We all know Palmer is God tier. All right, big up every single one of you. Copy and paste the rated message because we're ready to raid out to Saeed TV. Appreciate every single one of you. Smash up those likes on your way out if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If you came from Jimmy's raid, big up to you. Sorry. Really appreciate the raid from Jimmy. Big up to him. We already know Jimmy's the GOAT. Average. Actually, no, let's do this soundbite.
Beans over toast.
Yeah, big up Jimmy. Also, big up to every single one of you for tuning in and staying, sticking the whole stream. If you were listening to the whole stream and you're in the comments, you watch this in the future, leave a waffle emoji in the comments. That way I know you survived the whole stream. But yeah, this guy. But yeah, be sure to copy and paste that raid message. Let everyone know where you're coming from. Saeed TV right now. Probably talking about the game where, a last minute Sesko. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was just about to raid Saeed too. That's insane. Big up Saeed. Thank you for the raid. Goddamn. Is it true? Did Saeed raid me? That's Saeed just raided, or did he raid me? I don't even know what's going on, bro. Someone tell me the truth, please. I'm a very confused individual right now. Because if he didn't raid me, or if well, let me just double check right now. Let me go on the good old YouTube to see if he's live. Damn, I'm cooked. All right, we're gonna raid someone else. Raid wars for real. Big up Saeed, yo. Thank you so much for the raid. Everyone from Saeed's community, be sure to smash up the like button as you're coming in. Be sure to subscribe. Saeed, thank you so much for the raid. Big up to you, brother. I'm gonna see your reaction to the game in a bit, because Prime, Prime, before that draw, we were in 4th place and United were in 5th. And we were there on goal difference. So we could have been 2 points ahead at some point. And today, if we had won like we were supposed to, we would have been ahead of them. But here we go. I got to listen to more Staffy TV. How many hugs, expected hugs per minute in this game is going to lead me to potentially overtaking Aston Villa, overtaking City, and then I got to hear about potentially a title race talk. But you know.
Have you found? Are you trying to find someone to raid?
No, I already have someone to raid. I just got to actually set it up. But
United fans that are here in the chat, big up, Staffy. United fans that are here in the chat, hey, hold that 5 in a row. Listen, United fans, you're never gonna cut your hair, bro. You're never gonna cut your hair.
Apparently, he's actually really upset.
You're
that
never
he didn't get
gonna.
his haircut.
Good. Listen, I hope United go unbeaten from now until the end of the season, but they never win 5 in a row. Good,
bro.
Good. Won't cut your hair, bro. Keep the gimmick going. Keep it going, bro. Die on the hill. Keep the gimmick going. Let's go.
He created a monster he can't uncreate.
Yeah, man. Don't cut your hair now.
It's funny too because I know it pisses some people I know off a lot, so I'm kind of here for it. I can't lie. I'm kind of here for it. Oh my days. But big up every single one of you that came from the Saeed TV raid. Really appreciate your time, even though it was short. Saeed, thank you for the raid. I found another person to raid. I'm sorry guys, we're we're just pawning you off because I was about to end and raid you guys, but here we are having raid wars. So yeah, smash up the like, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, memberships. We have 4 different tiers starting at 99p with some pretty cool emojis you can get at just the first tier. But if you are a proper casual and a higher tier member, we give shout outs to at the end of every show to these guys. And those shout outs are going to go to Lanre Sadiq, A. Soliman, EE, and Adrian. You guys, thank you so much for being proper casual tiered members or match going tiered members and so on and so forth. And thank you everyone as well who's just just a casual member. We appreciate all those guys as well. But yeah, we're gonna raid out to Tariq Peterson. He's probably doing a bit of a preview. I think they're playing tomorrow. I think City are playing either tomorrow or Thursday. Let me check the schedule real quick. No, they're playing tomorrow at 2:30 against Fulham. So probably previewing the Fulham game, see what happens. I hope they win. I can't believe I'm even saying that. I hope they win because we just don't want to hear Arsenal fans. Let's be real. But that being said, go ahead and show some love to Tariq Peterson. He's talking about City. And we'll catch you guys again either... Let's see. I think I'm going to do something tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, Thursday. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay notified on Casually FC streams. I appreciate you guys coming along. Raid message right there for you to copy and paste to Tariq's chat. And we'll catch you again next time, guys. Stay casual. Peace out. Have a good night.